All right, we are back with another episode of Who You Got. We don't know what happened to Ryan, but Greg and Jimmy are here. Ryan was here. I hit record and he disappeared. So hopefully he'll be back in a minute here. But Jimmy, I guess we'll start with the snow. How'd you survive?
Well, I got really sick as the snow was falling. I did my best to. Did your victim get off the table?
Yeah, Ryan's back. I think
I'm good now.
He had to go deal with something in the kill room, and he is back.
Yeah, to
All
the
right.
right. Yeah, Bunny
Yeah.
usually over there, but that's the kill room over there. Sorry about that.
Yeah. No, I got very sick. I went out. I shoveled the first. I don't know, 6 or 7. We must have had 6 or 7 inches at 10 in the morning already. Did a great shovel. Came in. Thought I was just sore from shoveling. Ended up getting super sick. So I had a huge pile of snow that was frozen the next morning. But once it was gone, it was gone. It's fine.
Now, who made that snow disappear? Would that have been you or?
Well, my wife helped. I will give her credit, but I did the heavy lifting.
That's good. Ryan, how about you? Did you get through the snowstorm there in Maryland?
Yeah, I got this shoulder injury from last year, so I didn't lift, but my kids did, and my wife went out there a couple times, so it was great for them, and I appreciate it.
Oh.
But it was heavy lifting, man. That stuff was granular, not easy.
The first batch was super light. It was like when I went out there the first time I did it, but it was coming down so much. I did my driveway, then I did my walk, and then I did my driveway because there was already an inch again. And then I did the back walk, and then I did my driveway again. And I just kept going. So I was like, well, I got nothing to do. I'll just, before the games kick off, I'll keep it as clean as I can. But it was coming down.
Well, that's what people
quick.
don't know around here, like Maryland. Like, I'm not sure what's wrong with people. Like, just today, someone had hired 2 people to come and, like, I don't know what you even call it. There's 2 inches of ice on top of 8 inches of snow. They're literally just pounding on it in the driveway. I'm like, guys, I don't know what you're doing, but that's not how you do it. You keep going. Every 5 or 6 inches, you get out there, do a run.
Yeah.
Because once you get past 10, that's a whole different amount of power you need.
Anything under 6 inches of snow, you can just shovel in the morning and be fine. But when you have 12 to 18 coming, you shovel every couple of hours, stay ahead of it, and it never really gets away from you.
Cardio
it only sucks.
versus powerlifting.
Yeah, it only sucks when the storm hits at 9 at night and it all dumps till 6 in the morning because you're not going out there all night. Then you're just hosed. But when it's a daytime storm,
in New York, I used to.
Yeah,
we had a big enough driveway. You guys were both there. Like that was like a lot of work. It wasn't a mile long, but it was a hill. It was wide. It was a lot.
Yeah. It's smart. But yeah, it's if you're going to work, then you're also hosed. I guess we got lucky; it was on a Sunday, so
Sunday and working from home Monday helped for sure.
Yeah, probably the whole country is freezing right now, so it hasn't gone anywhere at all. It's just there, but everybody's complaining about it. But it doesn't really matter once the roads are cleared and you've shoveled out.
Yeah, that's the problem I have. Everything just blows back onto my driveway because there's so much snow. So I got another half an inch coat on my driveway after I snow blew everything, and it just froze. So it's a skating rink out there. And I just sit here hoping the Amazon driver doesn't fall because, God forbid, my wife didn't get 9 packages a day. So that's what we do. We pray he doesn't fall. All right, so the snow came down, but that was good because it gave us a reason to stay in and watch football. And the first game, I'm going to give my quick comment, and then we'll let the Patriots fan try to tell us why the Patriots were the better team. If I'm a Patriots fan, I am saying I don't know what happened in Denver because it was sunny, and then all of a sudden the football god said, let's make it snow because we want the Patriots to win this game. Because if that snow didn't come, I don't think the Patriots win that game. Go ahead, Ryan.
I have no idea what to say about that other than, like, they've done it before. Vrabel's used to it. He's been coaching. He's got the theme of the Warriors going right now. That snow was really bothersome. You saw May on the bench with McDaniel come over, and he was like, May was like, this is really hard. McDaniel literally said, it's going to be hard for the next 6.5 minutes, and then it's going to be the most rewarding experience in your life. So let's just stick it out. It was something like that. And look, I don't know what else to say. It was amazing. I loved it. I love the versatility of everybody just like adapting. I mean, you couldn't see. The week before we were talking about, like when you saw the camera from far back, no problem. It's fine. It's a little snowy. But when you saw them down on the field, that was a lot of snow. And it did the same thing in Denver. And look, they got ahead. They weren't playing from behind. That's a huge thing you do in sports, right? Stay ahead, play ahead, stay smart. hold on to the ball, all that kind of stuff. And they did that. So more power to them. Amazing job. I'm super excited, obviously.
Yeah, I think I have two comments. My favorite play of the game, and I don't remember if it was Henderson or Stevenson, but when Drake May turns to hand him the ball and he falls, and so Drake May tries running and he falls. That might have been the play of the game.
That was amazing. It's like that butt thing years ago with the Jets with Sanchez.
Yeah, that was fantastic. But this comes back to what we've been complaining about, and it became a story after the game. Commentators were talking about it. Is this going to be when it starts to get reeled back? Sean Payton is a great coach. Why did you not take the 3 with a backup quarterback in that first half?
Absolutely.
You needed to take the 3. They would have been ahead 10-0 at the time. It turns out that was the difference in the game, because here this is why I think it would have been different with the snow. I don't think that the Patriots are going to score against that Denver defense either, right? I think it was it. I think they believe that they could hold them at that point. I think it could have. Now the Patriots could have still won the game. I'm not saying Denver would have, but I think if they take the field goal, they go up 10-0. The Patriots I don't know that the Pats would have won that, right? And they very well still may have. It was just that set the time. They didn't score again, right? That take the points. So
you got to take the points there.
You got to take the points there. And I'll say one other thing that I'm very excited about. It's probably the singular most exciting thing that's happened this season to me, is that May, you watch him on that last play where he went out of bounds, and that apparently was his call. He didn't tell anybody that. He did a naked bootleg and ran out of bounds, getting that first down to seal the game on his own call. He didn't tell the lineman. He didn't tell the running back. He told nobody what he was doing there. And so whatever he did, he tucked that thing away. Now, he's 23, I think, second year. That's a pretty impressive thing to do and to think about and be ready to own if it fails, too. So I'm very excited about what this guy appears to be. He's certainly got the right coaching, as we've talked about. They made it to the Super Bowl when you guys were talking about before I was on this, 8 or 9 wins, maybe, and I think you both took the over, to your credit, but it's a little bit shocking to end up in this area where we are now and having this kind of success with these kind of mature decisions.
Yeah, my take on what Jimmy is saying is, if you really think about that game, the Broncos defense really only gave up 1 big drive and 3 points. If that turnover doesn't happen, Broncos win the game 7-3.
Yeah, sure.
So, I mean, to me, and we'll get into this at the end of the show, and we kind of start our we're going to do a whole Super Bowl show on Sunday, but we'll give our first looks. This Patriots team, and they looked at the last 96 teams, is ranked near the bottom as power rankings for Super Bowl contenders. And you look at the schedule they played and the way they just played in this championship game, and I would be very nervous as a Patriots fan going up against the Seahawks team.
Man, I won't go too deep into it, and I'm going to do a bunch of research myself to make sure I have my stats behind me, but I'm confident that they are going to contend and hopefully win this game.
I think it'll be a competitive game, because I think that's the way the Seahawks play most of the time. But if you're asking who the better team is, I don't think there's an argument. I mean, let's not get crazy.
We can save that coming soon and look at some rankings and see some things. And
well, we're talking about the team that won the best division in football and then beat the second best team in football to get to the Super Bowl.
We're talking about a team that beat, 3 of the top 5 defenses, 6 defenses, I think, regardless of whatever the conditions were. 2 times being miserable snow. I mean, forgetting anything else, you can adapt.
They beat two quarterbacks that shouldn't be starting.
Fair enough. No question. I'm not getting it. I agree.
And look, I'm going to be sort of down the middle on this one, because both things can be true. And they could come out and win this game. It could be their year, right? And it doesn't mean they can't win the big game. But if you're looking at it from really, talk about a path to the Super Bowl. You play, the Texans have a great defense, but C.J. Stroud looked like a third string quarterback, and then they go up against, and you got to think, Jarrett Stidham, and this isn't an insult, he looks like a good backup quarterback. When you watch the other quarterbacks play, even Darnold, which we'll talk about in a minute, their arm talent and Jarrett Stidham's arm talent are not the same. Like, they just wing the ball from the pocket, and it makes it. Stidham throws those outs, and you're like, is it going to get there in time? Right? And then his legs, you saw him getting chased down. He can't really get out of anything. So, like, Stidham is, and so he's a solid quarterback. It's just his talent. He just doesn't have the physical tools. He doesn't have the arm. He doesn't have the legs, right? Drake May has the arm. He's got the legs.
As I said 2 shows ago, Stidham threw 2 picks in critical preseason garbage time situations, and Belichick benched him and he was traded pretty soon after. So I don't know how that all connected, but
you saw it. Like, in the eye test tell you, just like you can tell he knows what he's doing. He knows how to play football. He just doesn't have NFL level.
That's what that trade said.
You do know the Patriots tried to get him back, right? They lost the bidding war.
No, I didn't know that.
Because Josh McDaniel took him to Oakland, or not in Oakland, took him to Vegas.
Then.
And then so McDaniel's back, so McDaniel wouldn't.
Sure.
Yeah, I think he's a good backup. Like, that's not an insult. Like, he's a good.
I don't mind that either.
Be a good backup quarterback.
Hoyer is absolutely not a starter.
Look, obviously Belichick couldn't evaluate talent. That's why he's not going to the Hall of Fame. More on that later.
Please don't start. If that's the segue.
We'll get to that later. I want to go to the NFC Championship game. I thought it was a good game. Jimmy, I'll throw it to you first. What did you? I know you weren't feeling great, but what did you see on this one?
Yeah, I wasn't. I watched / listened to most of it, but I wasn't at that point in the night. I was not doing great. I thought that Sam Darnold made throws that I had to remind myself he was capable of making. Like I said, he's got a cannon. He's got all the arm that Matthew Stafford has from the pocket. And that's saying stuff. Like, the way he was, when the pocket was collapsing, he had poise, and he threw those from the pocket, not outside the pocket, on the run, and he was accurate, and it looked and he looked really, really good, almost like surprising. Like, wow, I can't believe he got that through. So Sam Darnold looked really, really good. I thought their game plan was all around solid. We already know their defense is good. They didn't have they didn't have good average yards per carry, but they did stick to the run. They just had a great balanced offense. The defense played well. It was fun to watch. I mean, Puka had a great game, but he's going to have a great game right there. They played a really, really good team. So I thought it was a great game, competitive game. What more could you want from an NFC Championship game?
No, what I thought was great about it was the stars all showed up. And you don't see that a lot in these games.
Yeah.
They talked about the defense is going to take this guy away, going to take that guy. Well, you didn't, because Puka went for 9 for 165 and a TD. Devontae backed it up 4 for 89 with a TD. You go to the other side, JSN 10 for 153 and a tutty. I mean, the stars came out. Walker was all over the place. He had a huge game, receiving and running. I mean, he was a beast. Darnold went for 346. Stafford 374. I mean, and in certain times, the defenses rose to the occasion. So I thought all the stars showed up, and that was nice. That was cool to see. It was a great game.
It was unusual because obviously the Seahawks won, but I mean, the Rams beat them in first downs, beat them by 80 yards in total yards. Penalties were about even. The Rams did turn it over once, but they also got 2.2 more yards per play. I mean, that's a weird scenario, but that's what it is, right? You lost by 4. It's tough.
It was a great game.
Yeah, I was happy to see Cooper Kupp get a touchdown against his old team.
Absolutely.
I thought that was cool.
Love that.
Yeah, that was really cool. The JSN touchdown. I mean, how do you let him get that wide open? That was just a complete break in coverage. I think that maybe was surprising, that the Rams defense played as bad as they did. And then the Rams special teams really let them down. Like, they just consistently let them down, right? It was another fumbled punt, probably the difference in the game.
Was the difference in the game.
Yeah, and those are the stories.
My other takeaway from conference championship weekend was, look, Ryan's going to hate one of these, but Tony Romo, I think the novelty's gone. I don't know if he's drinking or what's happening up in that booth. I don't even know what he's talking about half the time. I don't think Nance knows what he's talking about half the time.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I don't know what Brady's talking about. The dumbest comment of championship weekend was Brady's like, this 87 yards must look like 200. Tom, they've gone for 480 yards today. I don't think they're really concerned about the 87 yards in front of them. I don't even know what I don't know what Brady's talking about half the time.
I still love Romo.
I think Jimmy, he's got to be drunk up there.
You're never going to tell me that I'm going to say anything bad about Brady, so I'm just moving on from that one. But
he's
from
a boob.
From a Romo point of view, I will say, like, there are clips of him all over the internet, like getting kind of lost in whether it's first down or fourth down and whatever else. And it's really weird because he continues it. He doesn't like catch himself. He's like following through with the mistake.
Grace, if you want to play analyst buzzword bingo, you'll hit it in 5 minutes with Brady.
Yes, I agree with that. I don't think Brady's
Painful,
I don't think Brady's a bad
Oh,
commentator.
he's terrible.
I just think that he was been so good that we expected him to be great, and I do think Romo set the bar high because Romo was awesome when he started.
And then something
What's
happened.
he doing now? Like, what has
Drinking.
happened?
I still feel like he calls the plays before they happen, though. I think didn't they tell him to knock it off almost?
But he's
He
confused.
doesn't even know what play is happening.
No,
Jimmy.
that's what I'm saying. He's confused now.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, he's almost not able to keep things in order.
Maybe not doing the pre-read.
I'm telling you, if I'm Greg Olson on the second team for Fox, I'm just laughing, going, "This is really who you wanted on the front line here."
Oh, let me go back.
Okay, though, but he's not that much of a character, you know. Forgetting the fact that he's not a
Olson's
quarterback.
a great analyst. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear.
But you're a
I want
sharp.
to hear Brady's buzzwords.
But you're a sharp. I'm just saying, like, he's not as like energetic. As
Yeah. The average fan maybe, but people.
Well,
But Greg
if it was up to me,
Olson.
I'd watch the Manning cast on every game.
I mean that
Yeah.
with respect, by the way. I'm just saying
Thank
the
you.
general public, the majority, is not looking for that. They're looking for someone with like Terry Bradshaw, like goofy
No.
comments, you know.
Because Peyton Manning and Eli are fantastic. I'd
I
rather
love
watch them.
I watch them all the time. We talk about it. Yeah.
Brady and Romo are not anymore. Romo not anymore, and Brady never.
I don't. Romo really has worried me the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Before that, I really liked him. I'm with Jimmy. Like he makes some calls.
Me
He's like,
too.
look, so and so's lined up 2 feet off whatever
it's
line.
been this season.
That means XYZ is going to happen.
I saw.
Season, he was my favorite, Romo.
I saw. I don't know if it wasn't on the Rich Eisen show. Maybe it was on Dan what's his name show. But anyway, it was like a week and a half ago. Dennis Leary was on, and he was talking, and he's like, and they were talking. He was talking about like some of the bullshit calls that happened, and it's like, let me and Snoop commentate a game, and let us do it on like the internet so we can curse and like he's like we'll have a blast.
I will never turn the channel if
Now you're
Snoop
thinking.
is with anybody ever.
Either.
But can you imagine him
I'll
and
never
Dennis
watch
Leary?
a regular telecast again.
Yeah,
Somebody needs to do
Now
that.
you're thinking, Jimmy.
yeah, that would be fantastic.
Dude, the
But I got one
Olympics is
comment real quick.
amazing.
Back to the Patriots game because I thought in real time, and I can't believe I forgot to bring this up. Kirby Smart, turns out I really like him with his comments after the game. Almost feel bad for making fun of him for wearing a dumbass visor as a grown-up because it seems like a good guy and a good coach. But you know who is a dumbass and wore a visor? Josh McDaniel in a blizzard in Denver.
I saw that.
What is this doing for
He does
you?
what he does, man. Don't mess with him.
Like,
It's
what
been going
is
on
the
for
bu-
years
is-
if you haven't been paying attention.
What are
they
we- I
win
know.
championships.
I get it. It's snowing out. You don't
I'm
have a
with
little-
you.
You've got a
Look,
visor.
I mean,
Your head-
what are we talking
Yeah.
about?
His hair is full of snow, but his visor is keeping the sun out of the eyes.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Or
You
the
can see.
lights.
Yeah. He's got those lights. Yeah, Ryan's right. You got the lights, glare. You got to keep it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. But I watch a ton of softball, as you guys know. And like, if you don't have a hat, I forgot a hat one weekend. Oh my god! Not only did my head get burned because it's like this, but like it was harder to watch. You almost wanted to do this because this makes a huge difference in what you see.
Hey, they invented sunglasses too. A little help.
Hey,
No, they don't because it still comes kind of off your
I
face.
understand the argument. It was cloudy out, but even if it was sunny out, you know what else has a visor? A full cap.
Right. That's a good point. Yep. And you won't get snow on the head.
You won't
I'm
get snow
here.
in your head,
I hear you.
and you might keep it warm when it's cold out in Denver.
So,
Listen,
Just
what we
throwing it out
learned,
there.
what
I'm
we
so
learned
happy
tonight.
to have McDaniel like not even being considered for other jobs like you guys talked about. And
Heck, he's a terrible head coach.
Right.
fine, he's a fucking amazing offense
He's
coordinator.
a very good offensive coordinator. He is.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but he's proven head coach, not so much.
Right, but fine, he's number 1 OC at least right now.
All right, Jimmy. We've gone 20 minutes. It's time. I'm going to throw it to you. UFC 324, 325 this week, but we're going to start with 324. You know I'm going to rant for a minute, but I'll let you go first on your overall thoughts.
Well, my thoughts on the overall card was it was a good night of fights. What I will say is that it kind of turned out self-explanatory. We talked about sometimes the higher level fights because they're evenly matched, or they come out because there's more on the line and they're a little more timid, or it's just a really even matchup. So you didn't get a lot of finishing in the later fights. Waldo Cortez Acosta did finish our boy Derek the Black Beast Lewis, but otherwise, all the main events went to decisions. But if you watch the whole thing, the first 4 fights were finished by knockout. Like, so the earlier fights where you might not have known the fighters as well, you got introduced to them. Now, Krylov was one of them that was in there that you picked and I followed. But anyway, they were all really, really good fights. Then once I know which one you're upset about, which we can certainly talk about.
Oh, we're going to talk about it.
But the prelims were great, and then the final prelim that would do decision, Gaudier and Pilov. That was a great fight. It looked like, it's it's like Pilev. These last names are tough to pronounce. It looked like he was going to get out of there in the first 60 seconds, and the guy hung on for the whole fight and actually had a decent showing. And it looked like it was overmatched. Like, fantastic way to hang in there. That was excellent. Gene Silva getting the decision versus Arnold Allen. Very good fight. Gene certainly won the fight, but it was an excellent fight. And then we'll get to the one that you're pissed about. And I'm upset about
before we get to that one. Can we pause for a second?
Yeah.
So let's talk about Nurmagomedov. Oh my God, Nurmagomedov. Umar.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Yeah. What's that?
Say it one more time.
Nurmagomedov. Yeah, because
that was an unbelievable fucking fight. That other dude hung in there for so long, and Umar was just in control the whole time, kind of, but enough to win every round for sure. It's 30-27. I agree with, but it was like close in every round. Like one more punch, one more this, one more takedown. So that was a fun fight too. Before we get to the other one,
and Nurmagomedov is, Khabib Nurmagomedov was maybe the pound for pound greatest of all time. He, retired young.
The crazy people, right?
Yeah, Devison. What's that?
They're the crazy people that like work out all day. Don't.
Yeah, they're all these Dagestani wrestlers, and Umar's really a mixed martial artist. The other guy, so were the other guys, but they're all like these super strong, like Dagestani like it's wild. And Devison's older, but he was a champ, but he moved up a weight class, so he's fighting a big, stronger guy, and he just pure talent and will last as long as he did. But that was a really good fight. You're right.
Figueiredo, like that guy was a beast. Like he was so reactive. He was dangerous. You could see he wasn't like low on cardio or anything. And Umar just kind of slowly dominated just everything. Every position he ended up on top. Not in a dominating way, but in a winning way. It was fun to watch.
I mean, Devison had 7 title fights, I think. I mean, he lost a couple of them. Like, he went back and forth. Yeah, I mean, he was the champ at 125 for a period of time, and then he had a back and forth with. He beat Benavidez. Let me find it. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank here. He had a back and forth. Oh, Brandon Moreno lost the belt to him, got it back, then lost to him. So I mean, but he had a really nice run, and then he moved up weight.
Why
would
that be in the prelims then? Like, why?
Because that was 4 or 5 fights ago in his career. No, he's an older guy now.
All right. I've waited long enough. I can't wait anymore. The Thug Rose fight was the most egregious thing I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Ridiculous.
It is the reason you've lost me. I tried it. Give me credit. I watched the goddamn thing up until that fight, and then, like I told you, Jimmy, I turned it off. I cashed out all my bets. I will never wager on this stupid fucking sport again. Worst sport on TV. It is the most corrupt sport on TV. You cannot bet it. I am telling you right now, I won't give a pick anymore ever on the show. Do not bet it. It's corrupt. You can't trust it. The only way you can trust it is if someone knocks someone out. You can't trust these judges. They're on the take. They're obviously betting it. You explain to me how a fighter can win 2 rounds, obviously, and lose in a decision. Explain it to me.
2 out of 3 rounds.
Tell me how it can happen if it's a 3-round fight.
Look,
how can it happen? Now, I will admit, the 3rd round was dominated more than the first 2 rounds by Silva. Fine. Doesn't matter. The scoring is by round.
Of course.
10-9, 10-9. Tell me how she loses, Jimmy. How can she lose on the card? What a stupid sport. You can put it right with boxing, Jimmy. Stop watching it. It's terrible.
The first round.
It is as good. It's a WWE.
It's the reason,
obviously scripted.
The reason it's so funny that Greg's so mad is because this is the first one he's watched. This I agree that Rose won. Let me get that out of the way. So there's not an argument against your argument. But it was not like I've seen way more egregious than this. Like this was at least when you look on paper. To your point, that's not how they scored. It's rounds at a time. The first round could have gone either way because on paper, Silva outpointed her. She had more significant strikes in the first round. She technically outpointed her, though the eye test told you that Rose won. Okay, and in the second round, Rose for sure won, and then the third round, Silva clearly won. And the final stats of the fight, if you just looked at it, you'd say, oh yeah, Silva won this fight. So, but again, that's where it goes. And so I agree. I think Rose won. I thought we had a ticket in our pocket. I told you, like I said, when we started talking about UFC, I stopped betting it when it happened to Holloway in the second fight because it was the same thing. I had a big ticket on him. I'm like, hey, just won that one. Let's put the winnings on the neck, and he lost. So that's the problem. And even Dana White says you can't leave it in the judge's hands. So I agree with you. I won't stop watching it because of that.
You can't win around the take. Of course, you can't leave it in their hands. They probably all were betting DraftKings, betting it in Lifetime, going, "Oh my god, I can't." Everyone knew she won the fight, and I'll tell you why. I think I sent it to you, Jimmy. At one point, the odds were 15-1 on Silva in live betting with like 2 minutes to go in the third round.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
15-1.
Yeah. No, I agree. Look, I think she won the fight. I'm just not as shocked, and neither are you. You even said before it came out.
I did. I said I got a funny feeling they're going to screw her. Because I got a funny feeling that they're on the take.
Yeah,
and I was right. That's good. That's my gambling instincts.
Yeah, I'm not going to stop watching because of it because I've seen it before. Why not? I'm numb to it.
At least the WWE, they're more entertaining. I mean, there's storylines. There's a bunch of stuff going on. I'll just watch WWE. Why am I going to watch this
so
shit?
You didn't watch the last two fights?
No, I turned the shit off and I cashed my bets out. I told you I surrendered $9. I'll never bet it again.
Well, you missed an awesome.
I don't care. It wasn't good. It was fake. I'm sure. I'm now convinced it's scripted.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find simple like stats of stuff, and I can't do it. I tried a bunch of different ways.
What a terrible sport.
What stat do you want?
Well, I want to know what like the important strikes were and like how many hits.
Oh, I can tell you. Yeah, I got it all right here.
Okay, pull it up.
Yeah, so the total strikes.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. It's round to round.
Rounds.
Right. But significant strikes, Silva had 51 and Rose had 26 landed.
In round one? Or whole?
Total. Yeah, I don't have it by round, but that was total. But she did outpoint her. They said it live on the telecast. They said, it looks like Rose run that, but Silva landed more strikes in that round. So we'll see how the judges score that. They literally said that out loud in the telecast. So, So, Greg, you can be back off the UFC.
Every person on the internet was scoring it the other way, 29.
I agree. I thought she wanted to.
If it was a split decision, if it was a draw, you'd hear nothing out of me.
Jimmy, so let me ask you this. Like, I asked for the stats. I got into that.
It was unanimous.
How did you feel about like who won the fight in terms of like a flow? Like who was dominating more, who was doing more damage, that kind of thing.
I think Rose.
Hold on. No, I want to hear. I get what you're saying, Greg.
The whole fight, Ryan.
I understand.
It's
round. I got it. I want to hear what Jimmy has to say here. Then.
I think the first round could have gone either way, but I felt Rose won it because there's a thing, octagon control, and I thought Rose did a better job controlling the octagon. That's an actual thing they look at.
She had like 2 minutes of control in that round, Jim.
So I think Rose won the round, and I think she won round 3. I think Rose got hosed. That's not my argument. Like my argument is Greg saying this is the worst sport ever, and I'll never watch it again.
Like the worst.
No, but keep going.
Greg says the same thing when we get robbed and with 2 crazy pass interference calls at the end of an NFL game. It's just unscripted. It's scripted. Yeah, it's on the take.
I've never seen the
keep going. I want to hear the rest
on the take.
They're on the take. Yeah. So I think that's how I felt. Like watching the fight, I'm like, okay, Rose won the first, and I think she won the second, and Silva clearly came back and won the third. But at that, like again, to your point, it doesn't matter. So I thought it should have been 29-28, and that's what most people I think felt. Again, based on that, it's not just a striking contest. So she did outstrike her in the first round, but it's not just a striking contest. She spent more time on her back. Rose controlled the movement, right? And so I thought Rose.
I think that's Rose right there. That stat. I think they were looking too hard at that.
They might have been, but again, like that's the issue. So no, I think Rose got robbed, right? For sure. I'm just not as it is like.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I've seen a lot of these fights too.
I went through Belly because I had the same visceral reaction Greg is having when it happened. I couldn't believe they gave that second Volkanovski Holloway fight to Volkanovski. I mean, I was watching it with my dad and someone else, and we were both like, "Good for Holloway, got back on the snide." And when they announced Volkanovski, we were like, what just happened?" Like,
Yeah.
right? I was irate, but it is what it is.
Yeah, sure is.
Yeah.
What an atrocious sport.
So, in other news in the UFC,
Who
Sean
cares?
O'Malley is back in the win column, which is really, really cool.
Yeah,
We called that.
absolutely.
I said he was going to beat Son Yadong. It was a bad matchup for him. And O'Malley said, and in one of the interviews he did after the fight, that they asked him if this was the first fight he was really fully healthy, and he said yes. The last fight against he had basically had I think he tore his knee up or he tore something up, and he was basically in a walking cast for 6 weeks leading up to the fight. But the last time he fought Merab, he was hurt too, so he didn't want to make an excuse out loud because it would have looked like he was like, so he didn't say anything and he fought through it. I still think Merab would get him because Merab is awesome, but he looked like himself. He looked really, really good, and he showed why he was Sugar Sean O'Malley on the way up. And then go ahead.
I was gonna say I have like mixed feelings about this guy. Like, I don't know what I thought about his attitude, and I've never seen him before, but I was watching, and he just seemed like somewhere between like I'm a little odd to I'm overly aggressive. Like, I don't know what that means, but like he got his green hair, his red shit going on, his tats all over. But he was a great fighter, and this dude he beat was tough. Like, good job for him. Very impressive fight. I enjoyed it a lot.
I think, and don't quote me on this, I think it was a Contender Series, but it could have been Ultimate Fighter. But that's how he came up, and he was just like this young, skinny kid. He didn't have the tats yet. He just had the hair. And Snoop loved him. Like, Snoop was like it was like O'Malley's biggest fan, and he was just exciting. If you watch like, it wouldn't take you long because they went fast. But like, go back and watch some of his first fights. Like, he was just a killer. Like, he was a skinny guy just knocking people out. The problem is, as you get as you get better and you start fighting contenders, you just do that because their skill level's too high.
Yeah, he's just totally ripped in these pictures, and so is the other dude, by the way. But he beat a badass, basically. It was fun to watch.
That was great. But what do you think about the main event, Ryan?
Bro, listen, Gaethje he's this just consummate pro. It's amazing to watch. Pimblett, I love him. I love the name just from a marketing perspective.
Patty the Batty.
Yeah, dude, it's amazing. Awesome, Patty Pimblett. I'm Patty Pimblett. Like, that's awesome. But man, he got fucking killed. He got punched everywhere. And like, you look at these pictures that I'm looking at now, the damage was way worse the next day. Like, that, he got destroyed, tuned up, whatever the hell you want to call it.
He got tuned up. Yeah.
He got touched everywhere. And Gaethje almost looked like he wasn't even making an effort. So I was listening back, and Jimmy, you were talking about like Pimblett kind of got rushed through the the ranks, and I think that was true. And I love him as a marketing tool, but and I respect him. He took a beating, and he survived. Well, mostly. Then it happened. But I love Justin Gaethje. I won some money on it. Good for this dude. He looked undersized, frankly.
Who Gaethje did?
He did, yeah. Visually,
Patty looks big. Patty looks bigger than he does. And here's the thing about Patty: he's not as young for an up and comer. He's 31, but he's gonna be back, and he's gonna be really good. The level of competition he had fought was much lower, and we pointed that out too. Gaethje has fought everybody. This guy, so it was either going to be that, holy shit, Patty Pimblett is the real deal, because that's happened before. We said that about Conor McGregor. He started fighting, be like, Conor hasn't fought anybody. Now he's fighting this guy. It's going to fit any, and he didn't, right?
And then his next fight, he made like 40 million versus 500,000.
But Gaethje just, and he tuned him up real good. And now, go ahead.
In real time, it was very fun to watch. So as we've said, like, we're not trying to like overly quote Paramount Plus or push them or anything, but man, go back and watch it if you can, because the technical breakdown he did of Pimblett was impressive. He hit him in the face. He took him down when he wanted to. He punched him in the gut. He kicked him a little bit. It was just very technical and very impressive.
Yeah.
I was amazed to watch because I've never seen Gaethje fight. And it was a very well-rounded fighter who, go look up some Pimblett pictures today, and you'll be like, oh my God, look at that guy's face. He got pounded through that. episode, and it was fun.
And Gaethje's, like I said, he's a D1 wrestler, so I mean, he's a great wrestler on top of being a striker like this.
Yeah, I don't remember him, but I believe you, of course.
Yeah, that's his thing. Like, he came to UFC and he never uses the wrestling, but he's a great wrestler. He just likes to strike. I thought Pimblett was getting him with the leg kicks really going to slow him down, but Gaethje moved through it and boom, got the victory.
He took it all. Like, Pimblett, to his credit, threw back a lot. Like, he tried to defend. He tried to go on offense. He didn't back down. He was taking the hits, but man, he just got overwhelmed in the end. And if we want to jump subjects real quick, like, let's talk about Gable Steveson. Anybody? Do you guys know who that is?
I don't, but right before we go to that, that was my last point. Is this is Ryan going to make this fight, which Gaethje will likely lose, but it's going to make the unifying the belt fight now between Gaethje and Ilia Topuria. That's going to be an awesome fight. Topuria knocks people out. Gaethje's been knocked out now, so we'll see how his jaw holds up. But I don't think he's moving up a weight. He moved up a weight class to get the belt, and Gaethje hits harder than probably anybody he's fought, or at least as of recent. I'd have to look at that to quote it, but that's going to be an awesome fight this summer.
You know, I've watched a lot of UFC and all the way from number one. Like, I really like Gaethje. I think he's tough. I think he fights bigger than he
when
looks.
when you're bored, go back and watch his old fights. They're awesome.
I might. But
yeah,
he looks, when he punches and kicks, he looks bigger than he is. Like, somehow the force that hits is bigger. And I don't know what it is, if it's the timing, if it's his strength, or some sort of inhuman kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree. Watch the Tony Ferguson fight.
I know who that is. I know Tony Ferguson.
That was the first fight where Gaethje started fighting without reckless. He used to fight with reckless abandon, and so he's losing because he would just go in there and get knocked out. But he punished people in the meet. He came out, everything is that, and he took him apart. It's
Ferguson
awesome.
was on the older side then.
Yeah. To watch, Ferguson was the favorite by far in that fight, and Gaethje took him apart. It was his coming out party. Watch the Justin Gaethje Tony Ferguson.
I'm gonna do that after this. So back to Gable Steveson for a second. So Gable Stevenson's the guy that went to Minnesota and won fucking 2 national titles, then became the Olympic gold medalist at heavyweight, and then went back last year, and he did lose in the finals last year after winning an Olympic gold medal at heavyweight. He is now an up-and-comer. Go, Jimmy, right now, while I'm talking.
Gable Steveson?
Steveson. So, Steveson. Google his last fight and watch the knockout he did in like 17 seconds. He hit a guy in the face and then took him down at the same time. So the guy's out on his feet, and he still had the speed to jump in, grab him, lift him up, and slam him down. And that was the finish. But anyway, so this dude is up and coming. UFC, watch out. If you guys haven't heard about this dude, Gable Steveson, he's, I believe, a 2-time national champion, Olympic gold medalist, monster, can't get a fight in these regional kind of events. And credit to Joe Rogan. He's the one I heard this all from. He can't, well, I know, I've watched Gable Steveson because I'm a huge wrestling fan. But today I was listening to Joe Rogan. He was talking about how it's very difficult to get regional fights because they know they have no chance against him, right? These journeyman guys that they can't take a loss or they're screwed, right? Or they're going to get really hurt and knocked the hell out. You know, that's also a problem because you get glass jaw. So anyway, did you see that video?
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah. Hit him with a left and was like taking him down at the same time.
Yeah, this guy's a monster. Olympic gold medalist, Jimmy, at 275. That's a monster. So that dude's up and coming. Everybody keep your eyes out. And if he's fighting anybody in the top, I don't know, 3 to 20, put huge money on him. Back to our show, gambling, you know?
All right, Jimmy, why don't you give us a little 325? Do you have the script? That would be great. We can make some money.
Yeah. So I'll make it quick because I know you don't want to hear much more about UFC here, Craig, and this is driving you nuts. So we'll try to move through this. Look, this is what you got to ask yourself. This is in Australia. Last time there was a fight overseas, it was in France. We took who we thought were the better fighters, and somehow all the Frenchmen showed up and won. Are they going to get the Australian? I don't know. Jacob Malkoun is fighting Torres Finney. Torres Finney won his last fight. He's 11-0. He's 5'8", fights at 185. He's thick.
Jesus. Yeah.
His last fight, the last fight he won versus Bobby Valentin, we bet Torres Finney. We gave that play out. We won. It was the most boring fight you've ever saw. He landed 4 punches and laid on him for basically 14 and a half minutes. and he didn't try to advance position. He didn't do anything. He got shit at the press conference from Dana afterwards. It was unbelievable. He won a split decision. It was the most boring fight in the world. He's fighting this other guy. He's 3-2 in his last 5. One of them was a DQ. He was winning the fight at the time. None of it really matters because he hasn't fought in 2 years. He had a back problem. But I don't know. Australian coming home. Torres Finney, good, but can he really fight? He hasn't really shown it. I would lay the 155 on Jacob Malcone. Next one is we'll skip this one because there's really no need to talk about it. Let me go to I did a bunch of research on the Runge fight, but it doesn't.
There's one I wrote down here, even though I won't be betting it. But this Ruffy fight, it seems like the line is flipped. Anything you got on that?
Yeah, so this is one, Greg, that we can kind of speak to. We made money on Ruffy, and then we lost on him in France. He lost to Benoit Saint-Denis.
Right. It's because we got the script right the first time, and the second time they wrote it the other way.
Yeah, well, he got submitted, so...
Do you think they consult with Triple H because he does a great job with the WWE, or do you think they just write it on their own? I'm just curious.
No, he got submitted, and we were surprised. But he was the guy that threw the wheel kick and knocked King Green out that we were all excited about. That was Ruffy.
Do you think White calls him and say, H, how do I end this one? And he's like, well, this is how I had scripted over here. And they're like, all right, cool. All right.
Whisper in his ear, take the fall.
They call Cena, and he can't see me, and all this other shit, and then they no.
Yeah, look, this is a great fight. Right now, I don't know what it was, Greg. Right now, it's
we
plus.
don't know. If they write it that way, it will be.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it should be. It's Fiziev with Fiziv's plus 100 now. Ruffy's minus 120. Is that what was it before?
I think it was the other way around. And it flipped. If I heard this right on VSiN.
Yeah, I mean the problem is Fiziev is 1-3 in his last 4 fights. He got knocked out by Gamrot. Could have been no real shame in that. But his other 2 losses were to Justin Gaethje. So it's not like they were to a nobody. And he beat Bahamotes his last fight. So he's on a 1-fight win streak. And his Gaethje fights were good fights. Gaethje won a unanimous decision and a majority decision, which is a little better than somewhere between a split and a unanimous.
I have to get back with this. Like, I really loved watching that fight. That dude was amazing. It was fun to watch.
He's very good. And his Fiziev fight were very good, too. They were very closely contested. I don't know. Look, Ruffy's one of the fighting nerds.
Throwing up.
Yeah.
Not from the booze, but
okay. But he's not,
and our comments and our enthusiasm in MMA apparently is totally scripted.
Look, Ruffy's one of the fighting nerds. He had, before he lost and got submitted by Saint Denis in France, he was on a 7-fight win streak, 6 of them by knockout. Now, he wasn't fighting necessarily top level competition, but like I said, look this one up later. Look up Ruffy KO Green. He throws a wheel kick and it's awesome and just knocks him out cold.
I was listening to this. So
it's a tough one.
For the love of Christ, not more questions. Just give the goddamn picks. I can't take it.
I don't know who to pick in this one. I'm going to go with who you pick because this one is it's a tough pick. It's a tough pick. This is going to be a great fight, Ryan. You got to choose.
No, I have no choice.
This isn't in America, correct? This is down under or something?
Yeah, this is in Australia. It means nothing to either of these guys. I'm going to say Ruffy gets back on in the win column. Lay the 120, take Ruffy.
It's kind of what I heard on VSiN. So
yeah. It's going to be a good fight though. It could go the distance.
You know what the problem is, Ryan? I can see that you're upset about this conversation and that I'm mad about it. But the problem is that I have, and I'll admit it because I don't care. I'll probably bet it because I have a problem.
Well, that's what Mr. Sharp. I'm sorry to address you this way. The 2 dulls over here. We realize that about you.
And the problem
is not going to be able to avoid it. I don't
because I'm hearing the chatter that it's a great value play, and I don't know how to stay away from it.
I appreciate your humility, but like everybody that listens to this knows that you are going to bet everything we talk about. It doesn't matter what it is. We can be betting on whether fucking Russia participates in the next Olympics.
Jimmy, question about that: if Greenland wins a medal, do we get half of it?
Yeah, I think so.
It's great. Yeah.
Well, I got one I think you're going to like, Greg, because you like a value play.
I do.
So I'm going to give you a long. I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you a little bit of a long shot here. Okay.
The Dan Hooker.
Tai Tuivasa versus Taliesin Teixeira. Teixeira.
There we are. Yep.
8-1.
Okay.
Tai 15-8. Okay.
Okay.
Now, this is the way I see this. And if you've never watched Tuivasa fight, he is also like pretty impressive. He's from Australia. He's back home now. He hasn't won a lot lately, and that's why he's a plus 275. But he had a streak where he won quite a bit. So his losses were to Rosenstrunk, Tybura, Alexander Volkov, Sergey Pavlovich, Cyril Gahn. All good fighters. He had 5 straight wins that included Stefan Struve, Derek the Black Beast Lewis, that he's knocked all these people out. Greg Hardy. Do you remember Greg Hardy, Ryan? Greg, you remember Greg Hardy?
The Hardy boys?
No, Greg Hardy was the NFL player that got kicked out of the league for.
Yeah, I know the weapon charges. I know who he is.
No, I think it was domestic abuse. He's beating his girlfriend up, but he
wasn't the one with the guns on the bed.
With a gun, maybe with a gun, but he was awesome in the NFL. He's a hell of an athlete, and Tuivasa knocked him out.
Crazy.
Teixeira just got knocked out by Derek Blasby Lewis. Right, that was the one that you said play that. That was his first loss. He came off the Contender Series before that, so he's sort of newer, and obviously his record would tell you that. So here's what I would say: I'm not going to lay a 345. I don't really love the Tuivasa plus 275, but what I like is a knockout in round 1 plus 600. That I can see some value in because they're heavyweights. They throw fists.
That's good.
It's in Australia, and it's not going the distance. I promise you that. The under 1.5 rounds you can't even take. It's too long, right? Like because that's what's going to happen.
Value probably.
No. So why not take a shot on Ty? Throw a single unit on it at plus 600.
I think that's a great call. Wouldn't have thought of it.
What else you got? What about the main event?
Yeah, the main event because Dan Hooker. The Dan Hooker
7 units on that. He looks very convinced.
Yeah. Dan Hooker fight before that should be good. I think Benoit Saint Denis kind of on the rise now, though. I think Dan Hooker, again, he's not at home. I think Dan Hooker's from New Zealand. I realize it's not the same place, but it's close enough that it's like it's a home fight for him. We'll find out if Benoit Saint Denis actually for real after this. The main event: Volkanovski, 27-4. He didn't lose a fight from 2013 to 2023. He's lost 3 since. 2 were to Islam, 1 was to Ilia Topuria. No shame in any of that. He should have lost the second of the Holloway trilogy, but he did come back and win the third convincingly. He's the oldest person to win the featherweight title. He won it back, but he's the oldest person to ever do that. Diego Lopez is an exciting fighter. He's plus 124. He just got beat pretty convincingly. He came back and beat Lord Gene Silva, who we just saw in this last card. He's way bigger. He's 5'11", and Volkanovski's 5'6", but Volkanovski's really lanky. The reach advantage isn't what it would tell you in this situation. So I'm going to go with another bet that I like here. I would play this one of 2 ways. I would either lay the 148 with Volkanovski because he's an all-time great. Diego's really good, but he's an all-time great, and he's fighting at home, right? Or I would take Diego plus 300 to win by KO. Or, if you really want my long shot, Diego to win in the second round by KO plus 1,200.
No, that's not
because Diego's not going to win. He's not going to outpoint this guy. He's too technical, right? So
and Volkanovski's not going to get knocked out. That's the problem.
He could. He could. He got knocked out cold by Topuria. Cold. I know. And Diego Lopez has knockout power.
We've talked about it like however many times. Like it's not going to happen again. That's fine for me.
It might not, but it happened in the second. I think Diego round 2 plus 1,200 is my long shot play. And then I don't know. I would just go Volk either minus 148 or Diego plus 300 for a knockout in general because that's the only 2 ways he's going to win. Volk's going to win by decision. I don't think he's going to take Diego out, or Diego's going to knock him out. Those are your 2 options. But taking Diego on the money line at plus 124.
If you like the idea of Volkanovski winning by points, then go with that. That's what I would. Yeah. That's my recommendation. Whatever that is.
And Diego starts fast. He like that whole set. He could.
Yeah, you'll know soon. And so live bet, there's a point for you. Like if a live bet pops up where you can take advantage of some sort of promotion, take it in the game, right? Yeah. Like it starts, bam, hit it.
All right, well, that's UFC 324 and 325, and that was, 25 minutes. So, hey, we dedicated a bunch of time to the MMA, so I'm very, very happy for that. These next few minutes are all for you, Mrs. Ryan. Okay. So, we are back it's the road to the Kentucky Derby, and I'll do my best to give some picks here and there for the big races without getting too. I'm not going to break them down too much in these ones because right now these are only worth 20 points to the winner, 10 to second, 6 to third, 4 to fourth, and those points go up.
Do I need to get someone down here?
No, she can listen. As we get closer to the Derby, those points go up, and that's how you qualify for the Derby. So we're on the road.
So this is just pre-knowledge for me to pass on.
So Saturday we should have had 3 big ones, but one's getting rescheduled in Arkansas because of the weather. So we got 2 big ones. We got the Winners at Aqueduct that is still on, even though it's supposed to be ice cold. But as of right now, that is not canceled. So Aqueduct, 9th
Where's
race.
that at?
Aqueduct
Yeah.
is in Queens.
Oh shit! They're gonna race that race?
Sounds like it. So I don't like the favorite. I'm tossing the favorite. I got 2 here. One is a Who You Got podcast play, which I'll get to in a second. But my number 1 pick is Gritness from the Pletcher Barn. Number 7, morning line odds 9 to 2. Think he wins this race. My long shot, because of the podcast, is the number 4 horse. Talk to Jimmy. 12 to 1. Got to play it because of the name. Every once in a while, you got to make a play because of the name. Talk to Jimmy. 12 to 1.
Gritness. Talk to Jimmy.
Gritness and talk to Jimmy.
Love it.
In the Witters at Aqueduct, race 9 on Saturday. The Holy Bull Golf Stream, the 12th race on Saturday. A lot of chalk here. I love the 5 though. Canover, Ortiz is on him out of the Cox Barn. It's 2 to 1. It's going to go off less than that. He'll probably go off 6 to 5. I think it's a layup. We're not going to have numbers for this on Sunday when we do our next show, so I'll just say it now. The race that's being rescheduled is actually $1 million race. It's the Southwest Stakes at Oaklawn. It's the 11th. Still just 20-10-6-4 for the points. Look for Decode, Luis Saez, whatever the line's going to be. There is no morning lines yet because it's been rescheduled. And Butane's got Rosario out of the Baffert Barn. Those are my 2 picks there. And as we get more deeper, like I said, in the season, like Valentine's Day, we get a big race where the points go up a little bit at Fairgrounds. We'll get some bigger races out there for you. We did really well last year on the road to the Kentucky Derby. Not so great in the Derby, unfortunately, but we had some nice winners, Jimmy, on the road, some good long shots. So hopefully we can get a few more home for you.
Yeah.
All right. So that's my horse racing update. We're back with some horse racing. Hopefully the summer's better this year too. We kind of gave up on it last year because Scratch Toga just got me too frustrated. I just couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with it anymore with the scratches and the off the turf. It was just like, I mean, look, it's not Augusta National. Run the damn race. If the turf gets ruined, it gets ruined. God damn it. Jesus, what are you doing? It doesn't have to be that pristine, everybody. Just run the race.
Agreed.
And then Delmar was a good meet, but hey, we'll get to that in the summer. Hopefully we can keep it going.
Delaware?
Delmar?
Yeah.
Right.
Cali.
That is where the surf meets the turf. That is in San Diego.
Okay.
All right. PGA. My apologies, everybody. And my apologies, Mr. Scheffler. I said plus 270, you'd be out of your mind. Apparently, plus 270 was stealing money.
Yeah.
Did he win?
Did he win? He won going away.
I didn't watch. Holy shit. I
So-
listened to the podcast twice.
My God. My bad.
Got it.
Goodness.
You
Good
need
news
to get
for
down
us.
on your knees and be like, I am so sorry, motherfucker.
Well, here's the good news for us. The good news for us was nobody wanted to burn him in the Mayo Cup, so he was like only 0.2% used because nobody wanted to burn him in one of these where the purse is so light. Everyone's waiting for a major event to use them. So that was the good news. This week, Jimmy came swinging with, who'd you go with here? I asked Jimmy to do me one favor. Hey, could you do a little research? He did absolutely none. He went on some AI site and picked some dog.
Now I looked up. No, I said Will Zalatoris was my final pick. Right? He's
Zalatoris, but your
Zalatoris.
final pick was Holigard and Nikolai Holigard, and that's
No, I that was the one I threw out before,
Bad
and
delivery,
I moved over to Will.
Well, you didn't sell it hard enough. So we have Jimmy's pick of Holigard, who he went -2 today, tied for 55th. Play your sound effect, Ryan. There you go.
My guy Will is -4. We went with my final call.
Well,
You said
the
do
good
some more
news is
research, and I
we
did.
we went with mine, and one of them, Maverick McNeely, fires a -7 today. He's tied 5th. So once again, Jimmy just mailed it in, didn't want to do any research, typed it in a Google search, and came up with Will Zalatoris and Holigard. So thank you, Jimmy.
Oh, I did. I even gave you
What do you-
reasons for
What do you
Zalatoris.
just piss in $100 bills over there that you don't care about 100?
Like it's all just writer's perspective on how. And I did, and I gave you the Zalatoris. I said he He finished second there. He finished, I believe, 13th. Then he had a back injury. He's back. He's got something to prove. I didn't know how to pronounce his name, so I was reading it.
Yeah, Zalatoris. I still like Maverick. So if you want to play him, I think right now he's still 14-1 to win the tournament. I still think he wins this tournament. The only bad news for us, Ryan, is 7% of the field agreed with me, so we're not going to pick up too much. But right now, due to his performance today, we're back in the money, boys. We're breaking even.
Nice. Good.
All right, so we talked a little bit about how UFC is scripted. Let's talk about something else that's scripted. Royal Rumble, boys, on Saturday. What do you think? Ryan, I can't believe you don't follow WWE, actually.
Please.
I don't know. Look, I love Jersey. I love Jersey because it's the most corrupt gambling state. Are you even allowed to bet Royal Rumble there?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm just curious. I'm going to give you the odds. You boys tell me who takes it down for the men. Roman Reigns, the favorite, 7-4. I'll be honest. I don't know who Braun Breaker is. I'm sure he's great. 2-1.
I've never seen those odds.
Gunther, I thought was a European star, but apparently he's here. He's 11-2, and then Cody Rhodes 9-1.
WWE. Let's see.
Wasn't one of the Usos the defending champ? Is the Uso not in this? Was Uso hurt? Does anyone know anything about Uso? No. Ryan left.
No, DraftKings doesn't offer wrestling markets.
Okay. No. Okay. And then for the women line is bouncing all over the place. I think we know Liv Morgan might be winning this. She's down to like 4-5 some places.
Excuse me for 2 minutes while you guys discuss wrestling.
Charlotte Flair's back, Ryan. If you want to take a flyer, 25-1. No,
I don't bet on scripted shit.
Well, you do. You bet on UFC.
No, I don't believe that. Sorry. I don't want to argue about it either.
My favorite women's wrestler, though, is Rhea Ripley. So maybe I'll take a shot on her 9-1 if I can find some offshore book that wants to take my action. That's right. That's right. I'll bet illegally. Come arrest me. All right. Jimmy left. It's fine. Oh, actually, I had a question for him when he comes back. Jesus, he always leaves at the worst times, Ryan.
Well, he is very good at timing. I mean, priority management, right?
He's terrible at it. I'll ask you. I know he brought up how the Nuggets have been playing without the Joker and they're winning still. Anything NBA-wise that's jumping off the board at you that you're looking at? Do you look at the futures at all to see if you can take advantage here?
No, but is Giannis moving? Because he's the building block of it all.
He is 100%, I think, moving because now he is asked to be traded. And
he said that out loud?
Oh, yeah, he's went to the front office. He asked to be traded. And I think if you're Milwaukee, you almost have to do it, but
absolutely,
you have to get the value. And if you can't get the value, then you keep them. Oh, well.
You have to get 80% value. That's what I
you got to get 110% value.
No.
Ryan, there are desperate teams out there that want to go for it.
Okay, great. I'm just telling you, 80% value. He wants out. He's already gone.
If he becomes a Piston, if he becomes a Knick, my God, if he became a Celtic, they win the championship.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm suggesting as Milwaukee as a financial organization. What?
The front office knows that. And, like, if you come to me as the Detroit Pistons and you want Giannis, I want 4 first-round picks. I'm giving you a title.
He wants out.
I'm giving you a title.
You got to let him have a way, whatever that is. And it's got to be, like, some sort of compromise between what he would want to do and what they're willing to pay.
I hear what you're saying, but if I am a businessman,
Greg,
and I have Ryan Cray under contract. Sorry.
You've done this before. Like, you have worked in this environment where you have to make a decision.
Right, but
you have to, like, balance those two things.
You do. But if I have Giannis under contract, correct? Whether Giannis wants to play for me or not, I am still in the same spot that I'm in.
When you piss me as Giannis off, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. So really, in the back room, you got to have a conversation. You got to talk about what this looks like. And because it came out, and because I think Giannis really wants to be there in a perfect world, for whatever reason, it didn't work out, and now he needs to move, and that's why it's come out publicly.
So you're telling me you would take if you were the owner of the Bucks, you'd take 80% of his value?
So this is why Greg's right on this one, because Giannis is also he's under contract for 2 more years, and then he has a 3rd-year player option. and he'll play. They won't do him dirty. They'll put a plan together and they'll sell him on how they're still going to be competitive and the moves they're going to make. They won't. So right now, you have to get full value for Giannis because you've got the player and you've got him on it. He's not going to sit out the seasons, and he's not the kind of guy that's going to mail it in. He's going to go out and play.
Hopefully,
If he was if his contract was expiring this year, you'd have to take 80 cents on the dollar because you'd have no choice. This is right. You would at the end of the year, he's worth nothing. You might take
50 cents.
You might take 50 cents on the dollar. But when you have him under contract for 2 more years, you're looking for 150% return on him because he's a champion and he's going to make you a champion if you put him if you surround him with players.
Because if you're in the final year of your contract, you basically become a rental.
Yeah, right.
And then you got to renegotiate with him. But if you're taking him now, to Jimmy's point, you're getting 2 more years.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're getting 2 years.
I'm not arguing he's not an unbelievable player. I mean, just from the business standpoint, like you're going to do it because you've got 2 years with him, and if you're that team and he wants, especially if it's a team that he said he was willing to go to or would like to go to, you're going to think, hey, we have the wherewithal to make him happy and keep him here, so he takes that 3rd-year player option, or they probably rip that 3rd-year option up and renegotiate his contract, right? Sign him to a max, whatever they could pay him, max extension. Because don't forget, he can get more money staying in Milwaukee. That's the only way he gets the super max. But so if he wants to go, you will then be able to pay him like Luka's going to get less, and it's not going to hit your cap, right? So yeah, I think they're going to get a haul for him. To Greg's point, 4 first rounders, maybe those, but those four first rounders. But they're not as nearly as valuable if you're a championship contender. We're talking about the 28th, 29th, 30th pick if you're there at the end, right? They're not unvaluable picks. They'll help you rebuild your team. But you probably want a few first rounders and a player or 2, right? Because you need something now. And that's what they're probably going to ask for. I bet you 3 first rounders, 2 players. And one of those players is a starter. A role player, 3 first rounders. That'd be my guess. That's a lot, guys.
It is. We're talking a championship.
I know who we're talking about.
I think the Knicks gave up 3. What they give up 3 first rounders to get Mikal Bridges
but like
or something?
I said, it blew the Knicks up for years. Houston and Spree blew that shit up for years.
No, but they just did it to get Bridges. And he's half a player is Giannis.
It's such an investment, and it's such an unidentifiable investment. You don't know what's going to happen, right? Like it's guaranteed money too. So
I think if I'm a Knicks fan, and I am, you can have Cat.
Yeah, that's a different trade. You might be able to get him down to 3 or maybe 2 first rounds because Cat is a legit star.
I think you could do Cat, a role player, in a first round, and that would get that.
I think you're gonna have to give 2.
You think?
Yeah, it's Giannis, man.
Yeah, it's true. I would do that deal tomorrow.
I would too. The teams that I think it's a no-brainer for right now, they're all out of the East, obviously, but Knicks, Celtics, Pistons, Cavs. If any of them can put a package together, even if it is 2 to 3 first rounders, it's a no-brainer. And the Celtics have cleared a lot of money out, so the Celtics might be able to do this.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
It is going to be very interesting. The other thing that these markets are getting volatile. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I just asked Ryan when he stepped away, and he said he hasn't really looked at it yet. But I don't know if you have, Jimmy. The Thunder are back to odds-on favorites to win the conference, and they're now down to plus 125 to win the championship. I still think that people are out of their minds.
Yeah, I agree. I can't believe it's them and then Denver plus 500, and then it drops to 1,200 for Boston.
How about the C's, Jimmy? Number 3, the 3rd betting choice. When we did this preview, we were talking about it being the 10 seed. They'd be lucky.
I don't remember saying that exactly, but I remember saying
you said Tatum's not going to be no Tatum, and you weren't wrong. It wasn't a bad take.
Yeah, there's a list of people, but you're right. A play-in team they could have been, but yes, they're way outperforming what I thought they were going to do. It wasn't just Tatum. They Kristaps moved on. Like they're
Smart's gone, right?
What's that?
Smart is gone.
He's been gone for a while, right?
I thought he left. Was he not there last year? I thought he
wasn't there. He wasn't there
years
last
ago.
year. Yeah, it's a couple years ago. But the Celtics. Yeah, that's a wild number. They're it's fun. It's funny that they're 600 points above the Pistons. Maybe it's just the Pistons' inexperience because the Pistons look like the best team in the East, right? Like for sure. So, yeah,
Who's
pretty
the
wild.
MVP? Who's the MVP right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to be Shea, SGA.
You don't
I
think
would
it's
think.
Luka? No, I think the Lakers are gonna fall apart. I think they're the worst 28 and 18 team of all time. I think I think Jeannie Buss hates LeBron. I think the whole front office hates LeBron at this point.
I think you're right.
I think they're a dumpster fire. So I think they'll make the playoffs, but thank God they have Luka.
I think it's gonna be a sad end to like LeBron's like career. No,
Yeah,
I don't feel like he's hanging on. Maybe personally, but it's tough. You don't want this to end this way.
no,
At whatever age you are, and like you're kind of depleted.
it's like the 17th best player of all time. I don't want to see him go out like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'd love to see him play for the Cavs next year, just as a swan song. That would be very, very cool.
That wouldn't be cool.
That'd be
That
cool.
would be
It would not
depressing.
see me and Ryan are on the same page. It would not be cool at all. It would just be sad.
Yeah.
Not
I
if he's
watched Gordie Howe play in the fucking 1985 All Stars for NHL in Hartford. Maybe you guys were 4-3, whatever it was.
You got it. You did good math there. I was 4.
I have a jersey with Gretzky on it. This whole
Nice.
thing in the Civic Center. It was amazing. It was really fun. Gordie Howe was on stage with Wayne Gretzky and Mark Messier and all these guys, right? Like, he was fucking like 58. He was not, no one was hitting him. Like, that wasn't fun. You know,
Yeah.
It was nice to see him and physically, like, I saw Gordie Howe play, what an amazing guy. But that's about the stretch of it.
Well, the news on LeBron right now, if he's actually going to play, is if he wants, he's going to make $50 million next year. The Lakers are going to make him take a pay cut. If he doesn't want to take a pay cut, he's going to have to play somewhere else. What they're saying is that there are going to be other options. There'll be teams, the Cavs for sure, but other teams that would be interested in him. So if LeBron wants to play, it sounds like he's going to get another year.
Of course, Jimmy. You're selling out. Why not?
Yeah, right.
You might as well take Bronny in tow.
Yeah,
the whole circus in town.
Let's bring does he have daughters? We can bring him in. Put down
Bring
on
the wife.
court.
Have the wife play. I'm
Like,
sure she.
yeah, sure. We'll give her a
She's
contract.
athletic.
Like,
Put her out
what
there.
are we doing? He left. He destroyed you guys initially. If he'd come up and stayed a Cleveland Cavalier forever, I would never ever shit on the guy.
Oh,
But the
are
fact
you?
that he left,
Yeah, but I was
whatever.
never a big LeBron fan. Like he was never my guy.
You're not a Cavs fan. You're a Nuggets fan. We've cracked that code here.
Yeah.
You say you're a Knicks fan, but you're a Nuggets fan.
I like both teams, but I'm a Knicks. No, I'm a Knicks fan.
You would marry the Joker tomorrow if he proposed.
I love the Joker. Yeah, I like him. Look, I think the Nuggets are a great team to watch. Nuggets and Knicks play. I'm rooting for the Knicks all day, all day, all day.
You're such a bullshitter. You're the ultimate hedger. You'll come right on this show and be like, I mean, I like the Knicks, but, Joker's the best player in the league. You won't even give a solid pick.
No, I would give a solid pick. But my rooting fandom interest would for sure root for the Knicks.
You would be just as happy if the Joker won again.
Not if it was against the Knicks.
Yes, you would.
No.
You would rationalize it by Game 4 when the Knicks were down, 3-0.
Nope. I would be rooting for the Knicks from jump.
What's your favorite?
But it is wild that the Nuggets are with Joker out they must, if everybody's healthy, as we said, the Nuggets must have a real chance to get this done.
I love them. So my two favorite bets on the board because of the value involve the Nuggets, and it's the Celtics to beat the Nuggets 40-1, and the Knicks to beat the Nuggets 50-1. Those are my two favorite value bets right now. Because I think either the Knicks or Celtics are going to get. I think Jimmy always says this about other teams and other sports. I think that's our Pistons this year. I think they're a year early. I think they're going to make the Eastern Conference Finals, and I think they're going to lose in the Eastern Conference Finals to either the Knicks or the Celtics.
You're the Pistons?
I think the Pistons will lose to the Knicks or Celtics.
They probably. I mean, last year was kind of their first year in it. Maybe this is the next, and then next year they take that.
And then next year they go to the finals. I think.
Yeah.
That's like you always say, a year early. I think that's exactly what we're looking at here.
Just a year early. Look, I'm not trying to be like a second homer. Like I said, even though I was never a huge Cavs fan when I was a kid, I just kind of followed them later. But the Cavs, to me, at 550 to win the East, they're coming on strong. They're playing the opposite of how they usually play.
I think that's one of the sharper plays right now. A lot of people are talking about that. There's a lot of buzz around get the Cavs now. I know a lot of people I follow, like Good Sharps, got them at 9-1 when they were really slumping.
Yeah, they usually start off the season well. They were on like 17-game winning streak to win, and then they get to the playoffs and they kind of shit the bed. This year they started off really, really poorly, and they're 8-2 in their last 10. They're only one game out of second, right?
Yeah.
Like they're right. So the Cavs are starting to make it happen. Where are the? I don't think they're going to do it because I don't believe in Joel Embiid. Yeah, I mean, but they have on paper, the Sixers are really talented. So they've got VJ Edgecombe. He's a great rookie. They obviously Embiid if he stays healthy. Tyrese Maxey's awesome. Paul George, if he's healthy, even his aging Paul George is still really good. They've got the talent at 12-1. You never know.
All right. Before I move on, a couple things here. One, yes, I swear to God, the chapstick story is true. To our boy in North Carolina, I promise you it happened. It was there. I use it all the time when I get in the car. It's the first thing I do, especially in the cold weather as I'm walking through New York City and Manhattan, and it was gone. And yes, it creeped me out quite a bit. And I can't make eye contact with the guy now anymore because he was there again today. So I looked down at the ground. My chapstick was still there, but we did not make eye contact.
But
now, Jimmy, I
him.
have a question for you and Ryan. I definitely want to get your opinion. I was watching this on a Saturday. It's one of those movies where if it's on, I just get sucked in because it's classic. So I was watching Back to the Future 2. And Jimmy, I got a question for you, and we're going to have this debate. We keep saying it's been over a year now that we've been saying it, but we're going to have a debate about the Back to the Futures at some point when we get into the silly season here where there's not much to talk about. But I got a problem with Back to the Future 2, and it just kind of hit me when I was watching it. Jimmy, can you explain this to me? If Biff stole the time machine from 2015, went back to 1955 to give himself the sports almanac, but then he took the time machine back to 2015 to make it look like he didn't take it, even though his cane was left in there, and that's how Doc knew he did it, wouldn't he have gone back to the 2015 from when Biff was a gazillionaire? How could he have gone back to that 2015? The time would have been changed.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Can someone explain that to me?
Yeah, you're not wrong. He should have gone back to a bizarro
2015. The timeline had already skewed.
Yeah.
Handed the book over.
You're right. It's a great point.
So
I have no argument.
Buddy, Brian, your argument is now wrong because Back to the Future 2 is not accurate.
Couldn't happen.
You've just been proven wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy and I have just been proven right.
Yeah.
Ryan, what are your thoughts on that? I know you
guys are unbelievable.
a movie guy.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Are we right here?
Seems like it.
Yeah. I mean, you're absolutely right. It shouldn't have existed.
Right? It makes no sense.
Adjusted the timeline. The timeline should continue.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's not an alternate universe movie.
No.
It's a time machine.
Yeah. Time machine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point.
Thank you. You're proud of me, Ryan. I know you are.
Amazing job.
You're like, Greg did it again. He did it again. He wrote something down. I wasn't expecting it. And he crushed it.
Jimmy and I together would congratulate you on your performance. It was amazing. You won, and we'll both put our hands together for you.
I'm always here to entertain.
Thank you very much. Oh, we got a little, maybe a little 6-7?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the thing in the high schools and middle schools now.
That's not what I was doing. Yeah, that's cringe. Cringe
No,
worthy.
you did it.
Yeah, look, I'm here to entertain everybody. Like I said, the UFC thing, that's kind of an act. I'll follow it, watch it, and bet it. But when I'm doing it with Jimmy, I got to tell him I hate it. That's what we do here. We're here to entertain you. All right. Did we jinx the Avs? Did I do this when I started? Because I said they're the greatest team ever, and now they can't play hockey well.
Yes, because I bet it last night, and you fucking cost me a lot of money. I bet 3 units on a goal and a half, and they got the shit kicked out of them.
They're getting the shit kicked out of them again tonight. 7-3 Canadians. So I don't think I don't think it was just me. I'm pretty sure if we went back and listened to you, you told me they're the greatest team ever, and Jimmy said it.
No, I said their record reflected as they're the greatest team ever at that point. That was 2 weeks ago.
The good news for me not Jimmy, because Jimmy doesn't make a move when I tell him to. Is I did exactly what I said in the show, so I'm rooting a little bit against the Avs because I bet the 25-1 on Tampa to win the President's Cup, and we said it was ridiculous that we were in January and this team was minus 5,000. You know what I think's going on? I think they're trying the players who are on the Olympic teams aren't going as hard because they're trying to make sure they don't get hurt, so they get to Italy uninjured.
That seems exceptionally, I don't know, whatever it is, like very conspiracy theory.
I don't know. That's what I think. I think they are worried about getting injured and they don't want to, and they're not, they're not being as physical. I'm not saying they're not playing hard. I just mean as physical.
That's a suspicious comment. Jimmy?
Well, the team with no Olympians is winning 7-3 today over the team that has all Olympians.
Yeah, I mean, there's history of people taking it easy for less reasons.
I'm not saying they're not trying to win. I'm just saying, maybe they're not being as physical as they could be, especially the enforcers, because they want to get over to it. They want to look, from what I have heard, hockey and even soccer to a degree, winning that gold medal is the biggest thing ever.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Just a theory.
Could be. I mean, it could be. People, people get complacent for less reasons. Could, maybe.
Who wins the most medals?
Who's the favorite to win the most medals? Is it Norway or something?
It's Norway. I bet Germany and Canada. Myself. Jimmy, you'll have the whole thing because you can bet it in Jersey. In New York, I think we only get props. Like right now, I'm looking at Canada over under 8.5, Norway 16.5. I love the under there. USA 13.5. I like the under there as well a little bit.
I can't.
I like the Canada over.
I think it should be easier to find than this. It's a big thing. I type in Olympics.
Olympics medal market is what you're looking for.
Olympics medal market. Ooh.
Well, you do that. We're gonna go some rapid fire here with Ryan when I pull this up here.
Oh boy.
Here we go. Let's see.
Canada.
Give me all 19. What's wrong with you? What's happening? Oh, there we go. All right. The Alpine. We got Shiffin minus 300, Ryan, to win the gold. Are you buying that?
I don't know. We haven't done the research, but Shiffin seems pretty positive. Like that.
Minus 300. You laying that juice?
Good.
Yeah, she's good.
She's very good. It's a lot of juice.
I like this guy, Giovanni Fernozzi, plus 300 at home to win the men's Alpine. I think that we got some value there with the hometown kid.
Research Olympics. Sorry.
Well, look, I'm throwing it out there. I won't do all of them. I want to get to the. I won't even go through each one. I'll just say, does Lindsey Vonn get a gold medal here? Because I think she gets at least one.
No, she gets a top 3.
She doesn't get any gold in any of the events she's in?
No.
I think she's in, what is she in, 3 or 4?
Top 3. In all of them, she's going to get a top 3.
She's getting gold in at least one, and I'm going to even say maybe she gets a deuce, Jimmy.
No. Too aggressive.
She's getting one.
She came back and she knows this. She knows this course, right? Like
100%. She's the favorite in almost all the events she's in.
Yeah, I think she gets one. I don't think she'd be coming back if she didn't. Like you said, she really thinks she can get one. She knows this course. Didn't she just win the?
Jimmy, we can look this up for the next show. Maybe we'll the next show time we'll have to touch on it because it's going to start. We'll have to touch on it Sunday a little bit with the Super Bowl show. But I think there's a team event new to the Olympics this year, and I think it's going to be Shiffin and Lindsey Vonn in it.
Oh, all right. We'll look into that. Interesting.
I think that's going to be a force. No,
yeah.
Ryan, you're giving a pick for both of these. We're going with Ryan's pick, whatever he says. Who wins curling for the men? Great Britain is the favorite. Canada the second choice. Switzerland the third choice. Sweden number 4. That's all I'll give you. Who wins?
Great Britain.
Great Britain the favorite, minus 125. Book it. Ryan says it. To win a medal, you can get Italy plus 500. Can the hometown 5-1 get the bronze? They know the ice.
No.
Okay, I agree. Let's go to the women. I think this is a big I think Canada. Yeah, I thought so. Canada's a big favorite here. Canada minus 250. Switzerland plus 300.
Throwing some money on Switzerland just to give it a shot. But
What about the
half
Swedes?
unit.
What about the Swedes? 8-1.
No,
No.
half unit on Switzerland.
All right. My play here. I like China to win a medal plus 600.
What sport?
A medal?
Yeah, just has to win a medal plus
What
600.
sport?
Yeah, how many? Yeah, what are they? How many are they competing
Curling?
in?
Yeah.
No.
They're in,
No.
they're in.
No.
3
Don't
people
bet
have
that. No, sorry, don't put that.
Look,
Is that all the only thing they're in?
China?
Racist.
Pretty sure. No, the figure skating. They're probably.
Figure skating, right?
Yeah.
So how would they not win a medal?
No. I don't think you understood. No, Ryan, he didn't understand the question.
I didn't understand the question. I
Get
think
a medal in curling,
in curling specifically.
women's curling,
It's good.
not to get a medal at the conclusion.
Yeah, I was confused for a second. I was looking up odds. I have no. What do you think, Ryan?
None. 0 is the answer. China
I like
is not
6-1.
winning a curling medal.
Ryan, 6-1 is good. Is a good number.
No, they're not winning a medal. So 6-1 is not
Well,
good
it's not
odds.
minus 1,000. It's 6-1. Yes, you're right. The odds are they won't. I like the value.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Try to make sure. Being clear.
I just like the value. I think it's worth a shot. That's all I'm saying. All right. The other NHL news, I wrote this down and I just haven't gotten to it. And I know this is probably way, way off your record. Linus Ulrich, the old backup goalie for the Bruins, now the number 1 for the Senators. Do you guys have any clue what's going on with him and why he was on a leave of absence and why he left the team and all that shit, or no?
No, sir.
Nope.
Okay. This poor bastard, I don't think he's ever going to be welcomed into a locker room ever again. So,
Oh, boy.
my boy Linus here got caught cheating by his wife. And his response to her wasn't, I'm so sorry, I'm wrong. It was, everybody does it. And then listed all the players that cheat on their wives and girlfriends and who they're cheating with. So she picked up the phone and called everybody.
That sounds
So he took a leave of absence for mental health. He's coming back soon, but from what I'm reading, they all want him gone. Like they've all walked in the front office like this guy can't be here anymore.
Wow.
I mean, is that breaking the ultimate locker room cardinal sin here, boys?
Yeah. Well, who did he play for?
He's the Senators goal's
Yeah.
like number 1. He was a backup for the Bruins. He's a really good backup goalie. He hasn't been a great number 1.
That's
It's pretty bad, right?
it's not great.
not good.
Not good. Who did it? Who did it to the Lakers? Was it Nick? Wasn't D'Angelo Russell? I don't think. So
Like, same thing.
They did it to one person specifically.
Oh,
It wasn't the same thing, but they outed him. They outed him somehow, like on like a live stream or on camera and a comment. I was something bad.
Yeah, this is about as, in my opinion, I mean, I don't know how you come back from this in a locker room.
Yeah, I probably don't.
So good luck there,
Godspeed.
Linus. Godspeed. Yeah. I don't think you're. Can you imagine if you were on another team and they're like, "Hey, we're bringing Linus in,"
Yeah.
like, no, we're not.
Don't tell him about your Gama.
Yeah, yeah, we're bringing Linus in. You guys might want to keep it on the DL.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
All right, college basketball, Jimmy. I think at this point, we're gonna have to tip the cap to Arizona. They are now number 1 in the Ken Pom, and from what I saw in the BYU game, God, they look basically unbeatable.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't really got to watch anything other than the highlights. I at some point will sit down and watch an Arizona game. But yes, I mean they're pretty dominant at this point. I keep up with all. I try to keep up with the highlights of the big teams. I keep up with all the scores. I like numbers and stats, but they look really, really good.
Is there anything in the Ken Pom that sticks out? Sticks out either way, good or bad? I mean, I can give you mine while you're while you're looking. The ones for me are UConn being 13th at 20-1, I think tells me what they think of them, especially their offense hasn't been very good. And I don't know what they're smoking with Kansas at 14.
Yeah, that makes no sense. I agree. I actually agree with both of those, both your takes there. It seems way. I mean, what UConn's 4 right now or 3?
In the actual
UConn's
poll,
2. UConn's 2.
Yeah, they're ahead of Michigan now, right?
Heading Michigan, yeah.
I think you guys got to remember that, like, UConn, like, I get what you're saying, but UConn has outperformed their, like, ratings for years, like, here and there. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you're saying. They've won national champ, but again, when it comes to the rankings, and you got to factor in strength of schedule. And the fact of the matter is they play in the Big East, which is a watered down bullshit conference now. And that hurts me to say because it was my favorite conference growing up.
But I don't mind that. But I'm just saying, like, you got to remember, like, you know, when they've won. You know what I mean? It's not like anyone's ever said they're good and they're not pretty fucking good. So just keep that in mind as we go.
You're telling me you would bet them to win a national championship right now?
I don't know.
Because I would literally.
I'm just telling you, historically, like, when they've won a few times, they haven't been thought of as great in the beginning or middle or towards the end of the season. They've kind of won Big East championships and then made the tournament.
No, I hear
you're saying crazy shit.
No, a couple years ago they were great though.
My point here is, I would make them a 7 to 8 point underdog on a neutral court to Michigan or Arizona, maybe 10.
Yeah, they barely got by Georgetown, but that's a conference rivalry at Georgetown. I actually watched not the whole game, but most of the Nova game, and it looked like Nova was going to win that game. I thought Nova was going to win that game. And they beat Providence by 6 at home. I mean, they're not overly impressive wins. Things happen. Michigan had almost lost to Penn State at Penn State, and they pulled it out. I know what you're saying, Ryan. They could continue to get better. Sometimes you're beating lower level competition, and then just like your Pats, right? They could step up and beat higher level competition. So it could happen. But like Greg always says, Ken Palm is kind of usually the real ranking, and you kind of have to go by that, not just the record.
I'm not being defensive at all. I get the rankings and I understand it. I'm just saying, like, for whatever reason, over the last 25 years, like, UConn has had some physical specimens that have underperformed in the season and given like lent to bad rankings, basically, and then just come out in the tournament and said, this is what matters. We're gonna win now. And they went and did that a bunch of times when they had no business doing that. That's my opinion.
Yeah, no, you're right. And like UConn, to Greg's point though, like that could be like two things be true. They could have a weak schedule and be a great team. But when you look at their schedule the rest of the way, I mean, they play St. John's twice. St. John's doesn't look that great this year.
I think St. John's is better than them.
They might be, but
stubbed their toe a little bit here. I think they had a little bit of a hangover from last year. I think St. John's much better offensively. And if they can match up defensively with them, I think St. John's a better team. St. John's wins that game at home. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, they might. I did watch the Patino Bowl the other day. Played Xavier. That was a pretty good game. Yeah, you could be right. But their schedules. But other than that, I mean, they've got that. They play. I mean, Seton Hall. They were ranked at one point. I mean, they've got Seton Hall. I don't know what that looks like. There's really. Creighton's not what they were last year. They're 12-9 right now. They finished the season against an 8-14 Marquette. They don't have. There's no real. They have no big matchup.
All right, this number has dropped a little bit, but I got one in pocket at 75-1. Boys, jump on at 40-1. I think St. Louis makes the Final Four.
Yeah,
sure do. I do.
Right.
They are 25, I think, right now in the Ken Palm. But if you look at their offense and defensive efficiency, 47 and 21, I think they're going to give some teams fits on neutral courts in this tournament. They can shoot the three. I think this team's good. I think they're going to be the sweetheart of the tourney, and I think this number is going to be way lower when we get to the tourney. They are absolutely going to come out of the A10. I'll tell you that right now. They're 20-1 right now.
I like that. So the 20-1 shouldn't be off the radar, but yeah, good.
I'm rolling down the board anymore. The The only other one here that I'll throw out there, I think they play, Jimmy, you can look this up because we got to give some Saturday games, then we'll move on to the NFL. I think they play Saturday. I'm looking right now. Yeah, the Gonzaga Bowl is 10:30. I think St. Mary's will make the tournament again this year, and I think they'll get Gonzaga again. They'll beat them once, at least one time this season. I think St. Mary's will do it to them again. They always do.
They're I know you love betting St. Mary's against Gonzaga.
They're 19-3. The line here will be way too many points, and I'll take St. Mary's as I always do, and St. Mary's will keep it close.
Yeah, where's St. Mary's in Kempo?
Gonzaga 30-something? 36.
Yeah.
36. Gonzaga is 10.
Yeah.
So what are we looking at? We're probably looking at a 12-point line.
It's in Gonzaga. Yeah, probably, yeah.
Maybe a little less because they know the rivalry.
Yeah.
I know Ryan's all over St. Mary's. I know he is.
No, I think you're right. I think
Oh, yeah, of course.
All right. Is there anyone else before we move on to just some picks for Saturday? It was not a great slate Saturday, but that sticks out that you're like, oh shit, let's get the value now. The only other one I can come up with, but I don't think there's as much value now, Jimmy, is Nebraska 5-1 to make the Final Four. Michigan got extremely lucky yesterday. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? To get 2 days ago, right? 2 days ago to get past them.
Yeah, they're
good. Yeah, we sat here and said maybe they're not good. They're fucking Nebraska. I don't know what's going on this year, Ryan. Indiana's winning national championships in football. Nebraska's good at basketball. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, very weird.
But they are
very solid for sure.
They are a very, very good team. Yeah, what's the odds for the Final Four for them?
5-1.
I probably not, just because in a single loss tournament, a team has no experience there. I don't know if that's enough. I don't know. 5-1.
You can't look at it that way. You got to look at it as 2 4-team tournaments because they're only going to have to beat. They only have to win 4 games. They're only going to be in a bracket with 4, and then another bracket with 4 that they have to come out of.
Fair. Yeah.
I always say this. I would take flyers now on teams you really, really like, but when you can really bet this with confidence, obviously, is when you see the matchups, because then we're going to see what the pods actually are.
Yeah, good point.
I'll tell you right now, don't bet Kentucky. Look, I love Mark Pope. He was the captain of the greatest team of all time, the 96 Kentucky team, and that's probably why he gets one. No, Ryan, look it up. They're the greatest team of all time.
I remember him.
That's why he probably gets one more year, but my man Mark, if you don't start winning championships or getting to Final Fours, you just ask Billy Gillespie. You're going to be on your ass, and we're going to back the truck up. I don't give a fuck what Hurley said. Eventually, he's going to wind up in Kentucky because they're just going to say, here's a blank check, and he'll get sick of UConn. We'll get someone. Maybe we'll get Pearl. Maybe we're going to Bruce Pearl back out of retirement. Maybe that's why he left for a year. Maybe we'll give him a blank check. I don't know. But someone's coming to Kentucky. Maybe it's Ryan. I don't know. Someone's going to Kentucky to win national championships. And Mark Pope, you better figure it out because right now you're a bubble team at best. And you were a lot of people's picks to make the Final Four. So we got a problem here. Big problem. And in Ken Palm right now, they have dropped to 32.
Right, with Indiana.
32. So they're a bubble team. At best.
Yeah, I
they get off to slow-ass starts. I mean, you saw it in the Tennessee game. Same thing happened in Vandy. They were down 20 before they knew what the fuck happened. Getting upset, Ryan.
Yeah.
No, it is what it is.
All right.
Well, we're going to find out about Michigan, and I said I'll say my 2 cents here. I told you the end of the month scared me. We had Indiana, Ohio State, who's not great, but rivalry, and Nebraska 3 in a row. Even though they got lucky with the Nebraska, the freshmen pulled it off at the end for Michigan. I like that kid McKinney. But they won 3. They've won 3. They've got 1 left. Michigan State at Michigan State tomorrow night. I don't feel great about it. Michigan should be a slight favorite. I think they are right now, a point and a half. But that's going to be a tough game. It's always a tough game in Lansing. And Michigan State is good too. They are what are they? They're number 7 in the Ken Palm. So
all right. Here's a great question. We do this every time. I'm going to throw it to Ryan. I want to see where his head's at. How much? I'll tell you, it's more, obviously. How much more tomorrow's marquee games? How much more do you think a ticket to get into Michigan State is versus Dayton going to the St. Louis team I just talked about?
How much more?
Yeah, how much more is the cheapest ticket in Michigan State versus the cheapest ticket
$70?
in Dayton, St. Louis? What do you think, Jimmy?
70?
It's always I just don't. I don't know how to judge.
All right, what if I tell you the cheapest ticket in Lansing is $172, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
What do you think? Now, what do you think the difference is?
The $19 ticket in St. Louis.
So like $150.
Yeah.
In that area. Now, Ryan, you back with Jimmy?
Yeah, I said $150.
Man, what I don't know what dispensary you went to, but you got to write that name down for me and Jimmy. All right.
Yeah.
$150. Anyway, go ahead.
No. This is the crazy thing. $30. $140. Cheapest ticket in St. Louis right now. That's how good this team is. I'm telling you, people are getting on board.
Yeah, wow.
Jimmy, I disagree with you. I think we beat, well, not we, it's more you because I'm a Kentucky fan, but I think Michigan beats, I like Michigan too, but I think Michigan beats Michigan State. Michigan is a very good team. When they play at a potential, they're 20 points better than Michigan State. It's a 1 point favorite, 1.5, 1 to 1.5, depending on the book. Michigan's the favorite. St. Louis, 11.5 point favorites over Dayton. That's a lot of points, but I lean St. Louis. All right. The big games on Saturday. And I got to say, before we give our picks, these Kansas fans, man, we got on the show, and when they weren't playing real well and it looked like it could get away from them, we were laughing at them because you could get into Allen Fieldhouse for like $12. BYU comes to town to play Kansas. Jimmy, what do you think the cheapest ticket in Lawrence, Kansas is on Saturday?
Well, with these numbers you've been throwing out there,
yeah, these fucking fair weather fans drove the price way up. What do you think? What do you think the cheapest ticket is to get in now?
What is it? $1.20?
$1.66.
Wow.
Who do you like here? Kansas will be a favorite, probably 4 or 5 points.
That's a crazy amount of money to sit.
I agree. I do.
Insanity.
I'll take BYU in the points.
Me too.
Yeah.
Fuck that Jayhawk. Rock shock you this.
I'm not betting on the Jayhawks.
Ryan, you on BYU?
I'm anti Jayhawks.
I love it.
You're right.
All right,
it's
Jimmy.
not a great slate. It's not.
It's not.
Good.
Kentucky goes to Arkansas. Kentucky will be getting some points here. Arkansas isn't playing well. Here comes their stinker. Give me Kentucky.
Arkansas always has a stinker right around the corner.
They're
So
cold. They're upset. Give me Kentucky.
I'll agree.
And then I'll take St. Mary's in the points, whatever it is, even in the McCarthy Center, even in the kennel. Give me St. Mary's. The Gales are going to go in there, and the Gales will cover. They won't win, but they'll cover because it's always a good game.
Yeah, you see it.
All right, well, that was a hell of a breakdown.
All right. I don't have a lot else to offer on that one.
I'm happy with it. All right, Ryan, it's time. Time to talk a little NFL before we wrap it up here tonight. So the hoodie doesn't make it to the finals here. Doesn't make it to the not even that he's not getting in the Hall of Fame. He doesn't make it to the finals. We'll get the class announced on February 5th, I believe, right? Final.
It's
class. Jimmy, is that
disgusting.
correct?
That's the reality, and I think everyone agrees. I don't know what to tell you. Like, so many things came through. Just celebrity after celebrity, the best of the best, from JJ Watt to whoever the freak else. Oh my God, they're just all upset, and I get it. It delegitimizes the entire Hall of Fame. Ridiculous. That's my analysis.
Jimmy?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard a single person agree with it. So it's like, right? It's pretty bad. The Bill Polian thing. I mean, this is what Bill Polian saying. I think he should go. And I don't really remember who I voted for. It was 3 weeks ago.
He came out on Visa and he actually joined one of the shows and had the Hall of Fame verify that he voted for him.
Oh,
now, I don't believe him, but
yeah, right. How do you say I don't really? You vote for 3 people.
He
You
first
remember
said
three
that
people you voted for?
credibility and relationships matter and shit like that. And then he said, I don't actually recall. And then he said, no, I think I did vote for him. He said 3 different things.
How flippant do you vote if it's this big of a deal and you only get 3? You would know who you voted for in which order and how you'd be able to explain your thought process to everybody.
When you get people of the caliber that have come out and talked against you, you just know you made a bad decision as a group.
Yeah.
A group of 50. Like, look at all the names. You can just Google it, people. Don't listen to us.
Yeah. No, nobody. This is the worst thing that could happen because nobody. There's not even a debate. It's right. Nobody agrees with it.
He's had the most success, period. Greg,
Here's
please
what-
don't take another side here.
I'm not. Oh, I'm not. This
Thank
is what
you.
I was. Maybe one of you know, and you can tell me. What is the criteria here? You have to get 80% to get to the finals. Is it
40
80?
or 50? Yeah.
So it's 80% to become a finalist, and then what is the percentage now that they need to become a Hall of Famer?
Nothing. It's 40 or 50, and you get in, I believe.
Well, these are because they say these are the finalists now. Belichick's
I'm
not
not
a
sure.
finalist.
There's only 50 votes, so I don't know the answer to that. If that,
because
I
they
think
say that
I maybe got too upset to look into it.
the official class is selected on February 5th. So
Then-
these are the finalists. Belichick's not a finalist.
Then
That's
everyone
why, that's
should
why
be
I'm
shut
confused.
out.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
here's
why
the good news.
Remove
process.
coaches from it.
We've got AI. Hall of Fame voting is conducted by a 50-person committee of medium members who select a new class of 4 to 8 members annually through multi-stage process.
Okay.
Process involves narrowing down a list of nominees to 15 modern era finalists, plus up to 5 candidates from senior, coach, and contributor categories. Categories need an 80% approval vote to be inducted.
So he didn't get 80% to even make the finals here, Jimmy.
That's correct.
Is that in initial nominees? A list of 100 is narrowed down to 25, and then 15 finalists. It's 15 finalists because so he didn't make that. The final vote, the final vote's that. Held just before the Super Bowl, the committee discusses finalists and votes on them. A candidate requires at least 80% favorable
Okay,
votes.
so now it's a discussion who gets in.
No, it says a candidate requires at least 80% favorable vote. I think that's where the 80% comes in.
Okay.
Final class typically consists of 4 to 8. That's probably why, because if 8 people get 80%, right? If there's more than not. Voters are instructed
50
to focus on
votes
candidates.
needed, were total, and 40 needed to qualify.
Now, was he on a different list than the players, or is it the same list?
No, he's in a different category, but
Different category, but you can still only vote 3.
yes.
Yes.
Listen, go if you're questioning it, Google it. There are a bajillion people telling us.
Here's the only thing I'm gonna say, and I agree with you. He's a Hall of Famer, obviously. He's won a gazillion championships, whether it was with Brady or not. The only thing I will say is, if it's 3 votes, no matter what the category is, I have a problem that he's not a finalist with the top 15. I don't have a problem with him not being in the top 3 because I think Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, and Frank Gore all belong in the Hall of Fame.
But yeah.
That seems to be the top 3. Now,
but he's
Belichick over Jason
like
Witten, Belichick over Vinatieri, Belichick over Luke Kuechly.
No, it's a coach's category. It's a separate.
Yeah, separate. Yeah, there's so modern era players.
Yeah, but can I vote my 3 and then vote a coach, or is it 3 total votes I get?
I don't know. We'll have to look more into that. But this 15 finalists are considered, and 3 to 5 are selected. That's modern era players. Senior candidates, the 25 plus years retired,
so
up to 3 can be recommended as finalists, and then coach and contributor separate categories with 1 finalist each. So 1 coach, 1.
So who was the finalist there? Because it wasn't Bill.
I don't know. I don't know.
Who are they?
I don't know if they have to have one.
I get you're on our side, but just like the baseball Hall of Fame, like it's just stupid, right? Like you got so many people not in there.
The only reason I brought
is someone saying, "Hey, he rubbed me the wrong way. He keep beating the crap out of me, and I didn't like it. And we made up a bunch of shit. We tried to throw at him. This might be a homer."
No. The only reason I brought it up, Ryan, and again, I'm not saying he's not a Hall of Famer, is because I looked at the list of players, and he's like, sorry, he's still a fucking coach. And if I can only put 6 people in, I have no problem with the list of 6 I'm looking at right now going in over him.
Gotcha.
That's my only. That's why I'm asking the process.
But no, that's not what it is. I don't believe. Jimmy's looking into it. I think.
Yeah, it was going to take a little more time than this
because, I just run down the list real quick. Drew Brees is a Hall of Famer. We all agree, right?
I mean, absolutely,
yeah, of course.
Yep.
Larry Fitzgerald's a fucking Hall of Famer. Frank Gore, Hall of Famer.
Yep.
Jason Witten, Hall of Fame tight end.
Yep.
Adam Vinatieri, maybe the best kicker of all time.
Yeah, I think you gotta let him in. It sounds weird for me to question that, but you gotta let him in because at the time he was.
He's the best clutch kicker of all time.
He fell off, way off.
Right, he has 4 Super Bowl rings.
I get it. I'm a homer. I don't know what to tell you.
You saw him. I mean, you saw
know.
him do
He
it.
kicked the greatest kick of all time. I'm just
So check out that whole narrowing it down is different for coaches as well as contributors and seniors. There's a blue ribbon committee compiled from 9 members of a 50-person voting body. That group is charged with selecting one coach to nominate each year. This year, they obviously chose Belichick.
And then denied him.
Yeah, and then I'll have to read the rest of the article, but it's different than what we were reading for the players.
I'll be right back.
And, I mean, Jimmy, the only thing Luke Kuechly did wrong in his career was he became a Panther.
Kuechly was awesome.
He was awesome. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he is.
I mean,
he didn't play. Didn't he retire a little young though? Wasn't he hurt?
He retired young. He had to have won Defensive Player of the Year once at least, right?
He might have. I mean, that's a big award though. I wouldn't hold it against him if he didn't.
I mean, he had to have. He had to have. I mean, you can Google it real quick. You have your phone in front of you.
Yeah, Kuechly's tough to spell. You'll have to tell me how to do that.
Kuehly. Kuechly. Right? Kuechly?
Yeah, Kuechly, yeah.
I want to say he won a Defensive Player of the Year. He had to have. He was that dominant. I mean, he was on the team that made the Super Bowl, wasn't he?
I think so.
Right? That was the one that lost to Manning?
Yeah, he must have been, because I'd say he didn't retire in 2020, so he was definitely, yeah.
Yeah, he was definitely there. That was like 16-ish, right? 15, 16?
When, Defensive Player of the Year. Yes, he did. 2013.
There you go.
Yeah, Hall of Fame.
Hall of Famer. Yeah. All right. Ryan's killing someone. It's fine. While he's killing someone, we'll get his final thoughts here as we're getting close to closing this out. But let's go over we haven't had a chance to do this because we've been jam-packed with our shows, Jimmy. Let's go over the coaching carousel. So the Bills go Joe Brady. Now, did the Bills go Joe Brady, or did Josh Allen say Joe Brady's our next coach? Thank you, everybody.
I think Josh Allen probably had a big hand in it because he just wanted consistency, probably wanted somebody he was comfortable with the whole thing. Because why would you – I mean, you had Joe Brady. Why wouldn't you keep McDermott and Joe Brady? I don't know.
Do you think McDermott winds up with either the Cards or the Raiders, or do you think he takes a year off?
I think he probably takes a year off and waits till something else opens. I mean, he could go there right away, but it's not like when Andy Reid went right to Kansas City. Yes, they didn't have Patrick Mahomes yet, and he drafted him, and they recognized his talent and developed him. But they did have Alex Smith. They had somebody that they were comfortable with. He went there. He made Alex Smith. They went to the playoffs with Alex Smith, and they developed Patrick Mahomes. I mean, do you want to go to the Cardinals, who have no idea what they're doing right now, like with their quarterback situation, and it's in limbo? Or do you want to go to the Raiders, who clearly have a quarterback who's unproven at that level, but is a great prospect, but very, very void of talent around them, right? Yeah. In a organization that's typically run poorly. So why would you take either one?
A friend of ours basically said, and you'll know the friend because he's a huge Bills fan, said to me today, just on the show, explain, you just gave a 16-year-old driver his first car, the keys to a Lamborghini. He's either going to crash it into a wall or drive it to the finish line.
Yeah.
We're talking about Joe Brady, Ryan. Do you agree with the hire, or do you think this was just Josh Allen going in the front office and just saying, hey, Joe Brady's the new coach. See you next year, everyone?
I don't know. Honestly,
I think Allen pulls the strings. Just like I think Mahomes tells the Chiefs, I don't care if we go 1-15. If Andy Reid's not the coach, I'm not here.
Yeah. Good.
I think it's tough to evaluate that because the privacy stuff is so important, you know?
Look, there's nothing better than those Wendy's commercials where Andy Reid says, explain it again with them nuggies.
Yeah. Ryan, you're just crunching on the microphone here.
He's got the munchies. It's all right. What do you think about your new Browns hire? Todd McConkin coming to save the Browns. Ryan.
Hey,
Jimmy. There's only so many ways you can spell 1 and 16. Monken.
Yeah, it's a bad hire. It's as Brownsy as it gets. I don't know what else to say about it. Yeah, why? There was other much better qualified candidates. It's not even like he's like this. Oh, maybe he's this. Like he's not an up and comer, and he's not, and he's proven to be kind of average.
Cleveland, hear this from a diehard
Kevin
fan. What are
Stefanski.
you people doing?
Jimmy, let's role play. Ready? Kevin, it's been another mediocre year. We're going to have to move on. Kevin, it's unfortunate. I really wanted to be here. I'm really sad. 30 seconds later, Kevin walking to his car. Arthur, you're not going to believe it. They finally let me go. Arthur Blank going, fucking thank God. We'll sign you tomorrow. Is anyone happier than Kevin Stefanski that he is now a Falcon with one of the best running backs in the league, and now he can build around that? You need a quarterback, in my opinion, but you got a decent defense in one of, if not the best running back in the league.
Yeah, of course, Stefanski was the better coach. He's better than Monken.
Stefanski will know how to use him, Jimmy.
It'll be a good fit for them. Before one comment about the Buffalo firing though, that like it's Josh Allen's fault that they didn't get across the finish line this year. I agree. He's one of the best quarterbacks, maybe the best in the league now. He might have overtaken Mahomes, but he's the one that lost the game and turned the ball over. I don't hate him for it. People make mistakes. I still want him on my team, but to think that we need somebody else to take them over the finish line is ridiculous.
This is a Greg. This is a Greg Who You Got podcast. 20-second timeout to re-explain history to Jimmy. He threw a fantastic pass that was caught, and they should have kicked the field goal and won.
They should have, but he should have lateraled the ball backwards with 2 seconds to go in the first half. Right? Like, he didn't play his best game. The point was
he played his worst game and lost to the second best defense in the league, 33-30.
But this is where you should have fired McDermott if Josh had this great game again and they lost. But when Josh had the bad game and they lost, how are you going to point at McDermott and say it was your fault?
I think that's my problem with Joe Brady getting promoted, because it's
right. I agree.
So how do you not get, like, I get it. Josh is the best quarterback in the league, but how do you not tell him, hey, doofus, you don't throw the ball backwards with 13 seconds to go in the half. You don't.
Yeah. Again, you live with it because it's Josh. I actually feel more bad for Josh Allen because he is great and he finally had this opportunity. It looked like he was going to will his team to win, and they did it. And so anyway, but the Browns are going to Browns. It's a terrible pick. Nobody wants a job though. Like, that's the other problem. Who wants the job?
No one.
The Jets can't hire a coordinator. Nobody wants to go there.
Just like the Browns, my poor older brother is a Dolphins fan, and he's another one who'll never see a Super Bowl in his lifetime. Jeff Hafley, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know who he is. Is it a good hire, bad hire, Jimmy?
I mean, from what I hear, it's a decent hire. People seem to think it's a decent fit. It's a better hire than Monken. How about that? Yeah.
Jesse Minter goes to the Ravens. Look, he's not John Harbaugh. I think that's a terrible decision by the Ravens. And I think the Giants come out on top here. Now, like I told you, both of you, when this happened, the Giants win total is absolutely ridiculous with the ones that are already floating out there. Bet the under right now if you can. It's like 8.5, 9.5 some places.
No.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. But ridiculous. Jesse Minter is not an upgrade from Harbaugh. Sorry, Lamar. You won't make the playoffs next year either. I'll say it right here. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I actually think Saleh to the Titans was a good hire.
I do too.
I like that he's getting a second chance. He unfortunately got tricked to be a Jets head coach. Nobody wants to do that. Let's see what he can actually do now with the Titans.
Yeah.
I think he's a great fit for the gritty Titans organization.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine. And look, Cam Ward is going to be a good quarterback, I think. He looked better as the season went on. He's got the talent to do it. Saul's got to hire the right offensive coordinator. Like you just do anyway, because the head coach, I don't love when the head coach calls plays one way or the other. That's not their responsibility. They're too in the weeds at that point. But he's not the quarterback. He's a defensive guy. He's got to get the right person in there to mentor him, let them do that, and he needs to handle the operations like he's supposed to. But I think it's a good hire.
I agree. 100%.
Who are we? Oh, last one is the Steelers. I'm curious to hear your opinion. I know what the opinion of most of the writers and the talking heads out there is. Mike McCarthy is just going to go just completely wrong in Pittsburgh? And does Aaron Rodgers come back, Jimmy? Because it's McCarthy.
I think he might, but the problem with McCarthy is I think is it not more of this, like, McCarthy's a good coach. He wins everywhere he goes pretty consistently, but he doesn't get you over the hump. Like, it's gonna be more of the same. Like, the worst thing that could happen to Pittsburgh is they never go through a rebuild. They just stay above 500 and get knocked out of the first round of the playoffs. It's hard to say to me as a Browns fan who, like, I would love to get to the playoffs every year and be like have at least some hope, but they're not good. We never expect them to actually win when they get there. Can McCarthy make that happen? I mean, I don't know. I don't. So it seems boring. Now he's a Western Pennsylvania guy. All of that. He's a good coach. I thought he would have been a decent option for the Giants if they didn't land Harbaugh. Like, that's the guy that can go in there and get and start building it, especially with the quarterback. Some of these guys too. Like, he had Aaron Rodgers, right? He had Dak Prescott. Like, he had two capable quarterbacks. He's never coached a team without a quarterback.
Yeah, I think he's a good coach. I think he gets a bad rap. I think he's a good. Maybe we're going to learn again. He's a good regular season coach and can't get over the hump in the playoffs. He crumbles in the playoffs. Maybe that's what he is. But I think he did a good job in Green Bay, and I think he's always managed. I know he's had some brain farts, but I think he's always done a good job building around his superstar. He did a good job building around Aaron Rodgers, giving him the pieces he needed. He built a good defense around Clay Matthews. I think he'll do the same thing in Pittsburgh. Now, Watt is on the back nine. I don't want to say the back nine. Watt is coming up the 18th. I don't know how many more years he's got in him. Same with Rodgers. That's the problem we have, right? So we'll see what he can build. But I think there's a good nucleus there. I think McCarthy's a decent coach. I don't know if they make the playoffs next year, but I don't think it's a bad hire. I think people hate on this guy, and I really don't know why. He's been a decent head coach in this league.
No, and he's I think his Pittsburgh's just been stable for so long, and he's more stable, right? Like, for me, he would be great for a Jets or a Browns or a team that's never been stable to come in and have.
Bro, I would take him in Michigan tomorrow for our college team.
Yeah, no,
I said it a few weeks ago, but like, there have been 3 head coaches since like 1960 in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
I mean,
it's crazy.
It's crazy, and it's weird that they pick a guy like this who's kind of been tested, but that means they have confidence in him, and it's a good org. Like, what can you say? We've talked about poisonous orgs and people that treat their players like shit, like shit. Like, this is a good one.
Yeah, they
might not be amazing, but they've had winning records for years and years.
Stable.
All right, Jimmy, before we get into some look ahead here real quick, how does your not Super Bowl, I guess the playoff square, how's your square gone? Have you hit any?
Oh, I had a whole playoff. I hit one, so I think I $50 for the whole thing, and the one that I hit paid $75, so I'm up $25.
Look at you.
So if I hit something on the Super Bowl, it's all gravy.
Jimmy, rolling. We like it, Ryan. All right, what's your numbers
For the Super Bowl?
I didn't get it for everything.
No, they change. Everyone's different. I get a new board for every single game. It's actually pretty cool.
Seems corrupt. All right. No, it's good. I like it. Me and Ryan will take one next year. Let them know. All right. We're gonna go over everything Sunday. I'm gonna ask you boys about the national anthem over under. We're gonna go through every prop there is for the peeps. It's gonna be a good show. Whatever. But right now, what I want to know from Ryan is: are you salivating over getting 4.5 points from the Seahawks team, or are you nervous and this line should probably be 6.5 or 7?
In this moment, I'm going to tell you this. I wasn't ready for this question. I will tell you that I don't give a fuck about the betting, the gambling, anything on this. I'm a fucking true fanatic. I just want them to win. I want to see any way. I want to see them scratch and win and out-coach and outplay and everything else, and that's what I want to see. I could give a fuck about any other prop. I will bet them. I will participate. I'm interested in what color Gatorade. But on the whole, I don't give a shit about anything else. I lost like $40 on them last week just because I was into it. I'm so happy they won. I blow the $40, no problem.
The props last week, obviously, everything went under because of the weather and the defenses. And then I'll be honest, I went 0-2 in the Patriots. I went 5-0 in the Rams. And the only reason I went 5-0 was because that every over fucking hit in the other game. for the superstars. So
No,
I got very
same thing.
I
I'm
had,
not
a,
mad.
I had a very good
I'll
weekend.
take it all day long, but I'm
Right.
also a fan. You're not a fan, right? Like, I'll take the win.
No,
I
I'm a
don't
fan.
give a
I'm a-
shit what I lose.
Yeah.
Let
If the Browns
full screen.
were ever in the
You
playoffs,
see me waving my arm? I'm a fan. I'm flapping here like a Seahawk.
Okay.
I'm flapping. I'm a fan. Seahawk me up.
Oh, yeah, thank you. That's fun.
12th man, Jimmy. Raise that flag, number 12.
yeah, I won't give any of my picks or analysis away. We'll wait for that show.
I will. I'll tell you right now, when the Seahawks were kneeling, I thought this line was going to open 6.5. When I saw it open 4.5, I said, "Oh boy,
It's insanity.
oh no, it's not insanity. They're a touchdown better."
Okay.
Ryan, they played in the best. We'll debate this Sunday.
Yeah, we'll debate
We
it.
can look at
But
history.
they played in the best division in football and won it, and then backed it up with the conference championship, beating the second best team in the league.
Lovely. It's going to be one of those
Hey,
times.
look, I mean, I give you credit. You beat the Jets. I mean, what are we talking?
Yeah, thank you.
And the
Twice,
Dolphins.
I think, actually.
Congratulations. You got the Dolphins.
Yeah.
The other thing we'll just end here real quick, Jimmy. Well, this will be the last one. I love that DraftKings even upped it with their biggest one of the year. King of the End Zone, $4 million that you can share here in free bets if you pick the King of the End Zone. Ryan, longest touchdown scorer of the Super Bowl, gets a piece of these free bets. And last year, there was one. I can't remember who it was. I wish I could. I'm sorry. But there was someone off the radar that hit, and everybody who had them got like a $15,000 free bet the next day.
Damn.
Yeah, so you can make some good money here. I had one I hit in the divisional round with Shaheed, and I got a $250 free bet.
Wow.
Awesome.
So you can make some money here. Right now, for me, if you're going King of the End Zone, I got two, and they're obvious. I go Shaheed again because he's going to be the return man, and he's the guy over the top. And if you're going to go Patriots, give me some booty because he's the guy who's going long.
Dude.
Give me some booty. Because he could get a 60-yard touchdown pass, no problem. Because Drake May, his arm is strong, and he can air it out just like Darnold.
Agreed. It's gonna be a great Super Bowl.
And
Yes,
it'll be something.
It really is. Like,
All
as a fan, like of either
Here's the
team,
funny
like you
thing.
got to be. Like,
I'm
it's
gonna
gonna be
probably tell you I like the Patriots to keep it close in the first half. I got to see what that number is. I don't even hate you if you bet a tie at halftime, like a draw, because that'll be a prop too.
Yeah.
But then the Seahawks will lean on them in the second half and win the game by 14.
Yeah.
Go
Maybe.
Hawks!
Maybe it's gonna be an exciting game, man. These teams are evenly matched. I'm telling you, it's gonna be fun.
Jimmy, it's weird, right? Because I love the Bruins, love the Seas, love the Sox, but for some reason, I don't know what it is. I just fucking hate the Patriots.
You're allowed.
All right, we'll end with that. We hate the Patriots. Ryan loves them. Jimmy hates them too. He's not going to lie to you. Jimmy, final words. Close us out. Tell them where they can find us.
Yeah, appreciate everybody listening to our what is today? To our Thursday night show. We'll be back, as Greg said, on Sunday to talk about all of the NFL Super Bowl madness. We'll give you some great props. Be a lot of fun. We actually did pretty well last year, if you recall. One of our first. Was it our first?
It was our first show, and we crushed it.
There we go. So, but if you like what you hear, and please continue to listen, you can follow us on X at whoyougot33. Any questions, comments, concerns, you can email us at whoyougot33@gmail.com. We will 100% talk about them on the show. So keep them coming our way.
And look, tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell anyone you can, because if we get 2,000 followers and a consistent 1,000 downloads for the show on Spotify and iTunes, Jimmy will do some funny stuff. We'll make him do the ice bucket challenge, anything you want on air. It'll be a good thing. Jimmy's a great scapegoat. Ryan, final words.
I'm in, guys. Let's go Patriots to the Super Bowl. We're gonna talk one more time before that. It's gonna be a great time. We're gonna have another great show, and we're gonna make some predictions based on statistics. Have fun.
Look, yeah, Sunday's going to be a great show. We're going to give you all the props. We're going to talk about it all. We'll give you a couple other things that are going on next week, but mostly that whole show will be dedicated to the Super Bowl and the props that are going on. I wish Ryan all the luck in the world. I wish I was a diehard NFL fan, but unfortunately gambling ruined it for me, so I kind of just root for who I bet on. So I'm glad Ryan's excited. He's had enough Super Bowls, though, so maybe it's time the Seahawks get another one. We'll see what Jimmy thinks. We'll be back Sunday to hear all the picks. I think it'll be very obvious who Ryan's going with, and all the props will be over for the Patriots. But me and Jimmy will try to be unbiased and give you some props for the Patriots and the Seahawks. We'll see you then. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We had a lot of fun tonight. Thanks, everyone.